Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah, I can see the spikes on that one. You're yelling CD. Why do you choose CD?
They're just two short letters that have spikes that are.
You should go with PP.
I should go with S. Snake.
Snake.
Welcome to the Snake Podcast with me, Cody, and Corey, of course, and then we got a special guest today.
The Snake Podcast.
Jimmy James of Major
Bone
Hardware.
Chewer.
Lieutenant Hardware. Bone Chewer server for World of Warcraft.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready.
It's coming soon to.
How was that for my impression of what's his name?
That's pretty fucking good.
Wait, who was your impression?
Bonesaw is ready.
Slim Jim, man. What's his name? Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh, Randy Macho Man Savage.
R.I.P.
It's Macho Man Randy Savage.
I knew
I didn't even watch it.
I knew I was out of order, but I knew the words were right.
Yeah, it's relatively close to that.
I'm sorry.
All right, so welcome to the Snake Podcast. What snakes are you guys eating today, Cody?
I had a garter snake in my flower bed like a month or so ago. Named him Alfredo. Haven't seen him since, but I hope he's out there still.
He probably died in that pumpkin
doing
patch.
his thing. He's not. He's on the front yard.
Oh, the pumpkins will be out there soon enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, do we want a pumpkin update right now? Should we
Yes, please.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, I'm your main follower.
This is hot off the press. We got a pumpkin update. The pumpkins
pumpkin update.
The pumpkins are dying.
Fake news.
So I have one pumpkin growing
dying?
through the fence or on the neighbor's side of the fence, and either squirrels. I have a rat in my shed, and it's beside my shed. So it could have been that, or there's also a rabbit that's been in my yard that's been driving me insane. That's been eating up some plants, but something ate the stalk of the pumpkin and basically killed the shit out of it. So
do you run a wildlife rescue? You have these skunks in your yard, rabbits running wild,
and you don't live in the country.
No, you live in town.
So 3/4 of the pumpkin's dead. Dude, this fucking rabbit though is driving me insane though. And so the neighbor, the cool neighbor, he actually tore his pumpkin vine out, and his was looking really good until. Honestly, like earlier this week, like Monday, maybe Sunday.
Till he fucking sold out.
And now, dude, this rabbit though, oh my god, it's been shit in my yard. My dog tried to eat it. It ate all the leaves off this one plant. Like this one plant, all the leaves that it could reach, it ate all those. The leaves started growing back recently, and the rabbit showed up again and ate all the fucking leaves. So I've thought about buying a trap, but like a box trap's like $40 to catch a fucking small rabbit.
You gonna murder a rabbit? Over some leaves?
A box trap doesn't kill it.
Oh, you're going to catch it and keep it as a pet or what?
I was going to take it out into the country and let it loose for a hawk to kill it, but...
A hawk to kill it.
Well, how nice of you.
Yeah.
Just blast it in the head and feed it to your family like the fucking cavemen did.
Be free to get murdered.
I've ate wild rabbit before, so...
I've actually never had rabbit. What does it taste like? I've had squirrel, and it was just like...
It's
exactly what you think it tastes like.
Chicken. Tastes like chicken.
Surprisingly,
it tastes just like alligator.
Here's
another common thing people eat all the time.
Here was growing up eating wild game meat is you have to chew around the buckshot in the in the whatever squirrel or rabbit you're eating.
The only thing that sucks about
sometimes you bite into it and you're like you gotta spit that out.
I hate that gamey taste. I don't know. Some people like it, but I've
never
that iron taste of just like the blood. Getting a little graphic, but you know what I mean.
I think that is probably placebo.
You add fat. Adding fat to it takes away from the gaminess.
Yeah, but
it still keeps
like
that
your last
lean
episode,
taste.
Cody. You eat a lot of deer meat. Deer meat is real lean and it has that gamey taste. Do you like the taste of that gamey meat, or?
Well, mine is mixed with pork fat though.
Oh, so. That helps out a lot.
Right, that's standard too. But if you eat like a deer steak,
that's what I'm talking about. Like
I don't
straight raw
bad.
deer.
Yeah.
I guess if you cook it right, it's probably good. But like that, I can't handle that gamey taste.
Because you're a bitch.
Oh, God.
You probably hate fish too, don't you?
I love fish.
Bitch.
Oh man, got me.
Oh, cool.
What about sushi? You like
glad
sushi?
you guys invited me to the podcast to roast me. This is great.
Welcome to the roast of James, Major Hardware.
Did you already do the introduction, or are we just still talking about random stuff?
We run this one live.
This is a Minisode, right?
We'll do it live.
Yeah, this is a mini. There's no intro.
Oh.
There's a. I thought about actually throwing an intro.
Goddamn jungle.
Did we talk about what beers we're drinking? What did we do here? This is new. Well, I guess it's not new. Number one fan here.
Oh, I just said.
First off, believe in yourself, James. How about that?
I believe in magic.
In a young girl's heart.
I knew you'd finish that.
How much magic it is in a young girl's heart? Not that much.
A creepy amount.
Yeah. Like, how old was the guy
Insane
singing
amount
this
of
song,
magic.
right? And how young is this girl?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about age here. Did you know all the magic wands at Hogwarts are made from young girls' hearts?
Oh, shit.
That's where they get all their
core,
power.
Each core
Yeah.
is like, this one was made with unicorn hair. This one was made with dragon hair. This one was made with fucking young girl.
The heart of a
14-year-old
young
girl's heart.
child.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hogwarts gets dark.
And there's another movie coming out right now, isn't it? There's a new like Harry Potter type movie coming out.
The Crimes of
Yeah.
Grindelwald.
That's what I thought. I knew I'd seen something. So what is the deal with that? Is it like a sequel, prequel, or is it like a separate thing altogether?
Well,
prequel shit.
in the Harry Potter universe, there are textbooks, and one of them is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's actually one
that
of
movie
Harry's,
sucked. Hated it.
Harry's
But anyway.
first. Oh, it's a good
Whoa,
movie. But you're
I
wrong,
love
so-
that.
You
Yeah,
liked
it's a
it?
great
I didn't
movie.
like it
Yeah,
that
it's
much.
great. Well, I mean,
I
that's
liked
why
it better than Harry Potter.
that's why we do a
Wow.
movie podcast, and you don't, because we have better taste than you.
Dude, I'm just the realist here. I know. I mean,
Welcome to the roast, dude.
It's
I didn't hate
so
it. I guess,
it
but
is
wasn't-
it's a textbook. I actually had the book. It was like a small, maybe like 100-page book, and just had a bunch of made up creatures. It was pretty cool though. My dad got it for me. Also had a history on Quidditch book as well. Well, after Harry Potter, after J.K. Rowling made her $1 billion, she decided she's going to make some more books because I don't think she had much success outside of Harry Potter.
Does she need any more? I mean, she's rich as shit.
She's probably bored.
It's like I only
honestly.
made $1 bazillion. I mean, it's not 2 bazillion.
She's the most successful writer of all time.
Exactly. What more do you
So,
want? It's like, oh, you have
little
one
fun
mansion.
fact.
I really wanted 2 mansions.
She's
but-
actually really generous and seems like a really great person. So
I'm sure she is. So is John Cena.
yeah, he is.
John Cena.
We talked about that.
So, fun fact about J.K. Rowling. Everybody knows she had a crazy success story where she started literally rags to riches.
Are you talking about the
But
Harry Potter lady still?
Yes, the author. The first Harry Potter novel was written on a single grain of rice.
I thought it was a napkin.
it was
no.
neither. So
Wait, was it? Really? I'm 100% serious. I thought it was a napkin thing.
I thought it was a napkin too.
No,
That's why I
dude.
said the grain of
I knew
rice.
the rice was out there, but I was like, this grain of
maybe
rice is out there.
yeah, I know she had the book and she shopped it around and she had a real hard time selling it. And I
bet
think
everybody that passed up and I was like, son of a bitch.
I think when the publishers
Oh,
let his
fuck
daughter
yeah,
read
they
it,
were.
and she loved it. So that's whoever. I think this picture of like a bird in a cage or something. Maybe that's the Scholastic books.
I thought it was an owl
It's,
in a cage.
it's not Scholastic, but
I thought it was a freak on a leash.
Wow.
fucking, that's a little
Pretty
bit-
sure it is Scholastic though. I think
It's
you might
not.
have
It's
been
not
right.
Scholastic. No.
Oh. So you like those new Grindelwald and Fantastic Beasts movies, didn't you, Cody?
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne is probably one of the best young actors. Like, he's so talented and he's so young. Like, I think his career is he's gonna crank out some really. He already has an Oscar, right? For the. Oh, he won the Oscar for the. What's the Stephen Hawking biopic?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
Everything.
Theory of Everything.
Yeah, Theory
Theory
of
of
Everything.
everything.
Yeah,
I was
he
gonna say
won the Oscar for
everything's magic.
that. And a lot of people
Right
argue
there,
that he
close.
should have won for the Danish Girl as well.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't watched it either.
I haven't watched
I
that.
haven't even heard of it, to be honest.
He plays I think it's like 1940s maybe. He plays a transgender person. I'm not sure the
okay.
story, but he was nominated, and some people argue that's when Leo won his Oscar for The Revenant.
That's kind of what you were saying, though. Like, sometimes the Academy gives it to the person that it's due to.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Leo deserved it for The Revenant. I mean, The Revenant was fucking cool, but I've never been more infatuated with his movies other than when I'm watching Wolf of Wall Street, fucking Catch Me If You Can, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that's a good one.
You
yeah.
know?
I
The
mean,
Revenant was a one-time watch.
Django Unchained, right?
What's that?
I like him in Django a lot. Django Unchained.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, he was crazy.
You watch
What
that
were
one,
you gonna
James?
say, James?
I was gonna say, what do you guys think about The Revenant? I watched it, but
I liked it a lot. I thought it was real great.
I knew you were gonna say that because I didn't like that much. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't blame
like,
me for not liking it that much.
It was too slow. And like okay, so you guys in your previous podcast talked about oh shit. What's that movie, the war movie with no sound? Can't remember. No voices.
I just watched that Dunkirk,
Dunkirk.
I was going to give my opinion about it.
My dad loved it, and I thought it was absolute trash. I hated that movie so much.
It was too slow.
It was, yes, that's what I thought. It could have been like I said, it could have been a great action movie, but it was just absolute poop.
It doesn't have to be an action movie.
I liked Fury.
I wanted action. It's a war movie. War is action and death, and it should be.
No,
that.
dude. There's another side of war movies. Yeah.
What other side? The cute and cuddly side where Hitler hands over a teddy bear and is like, I apologize.
No,
there's really like you guys.
It's about the hopelessness of these people.
We all know the war is hopeless, but we don't have to like.
No, but like this situation where it was. I mean, all those guys were gonna die.
I won't take it away that it had some good scenes, but I didn't like the idea.
I think the movie was necessary to be made. It told a story of history, and if I was watching that movie in a class, I'd be much more entertained by that movie.
True, that's a good point.
So the movie did do its job, but like I said, like I enjoyed Fury more because
I like Fury.
It told a story.
But now that you say that, I think now that I think about Dunkirk in a different way, if I would have thought of it like watching it in like a college setting, like as a reenactment of the war, it makes sense. But when I went into it thinking of it as like an action movie, I was like, sucks.
But I think you have to look at it. That movie, I thought was real important because it didn't glorify or romanticize the war and the battle. It showed the darker side of war that I think is often overlooked in movies, where these people weren't like unstoppable machines. You know, they're not like, it's not for fucking glory. Like there's a side that I think we kind of forget about where, I mean, it's a fucking struggle. It's a toll. And like the whole movie was kind of like a psychological torture on these people, knowing that they're probably going to die and they're trying to escape. And as they try to escape, they keep on escaping death or dying. You know, like several characters die. There's like a submarine, or not a submarine, but a boat. Slight spoiler. I mean, it's a true story, but a boat gets sunk at one point. I mean, shit goes down. So I really liked it in that.
Oh, and
it was a
cool.
different. It was a side of war that we don't see often in film, and that's
probably why I didn't like it, because I went into it thinking it was just like your everyday war movie, and I was like, not a fan.
I was ready for like a cool battle scenes and shit like that. So I went into it. Plus, I'm a giant Nolan fan, and I saw what he was doing. Hans Zimmer, like I was like, this better have Hans Zimmer music. It obviously did. So it did great at creating the tones and everything. But yeah, I just went into it with
the sound design. I thought was also super, like really great. I don't know if it won an Oscar for that, but it could have. It
probably did, because that's like powerful. That was their big thing.
I will say I did see it in IMAX, but it sounded real great. I thought the way they kind of blended the two. I like the way they blended the two storylines with Tom Hardy and the other characters. So it was I thought it was a really cool moment, and just the way it progressed and the way it ended, I enjoyed it a lot. I can understand if it's too slow for some people, if it needed a little bit of more meat to it. But someone actually did a cut with there's a movie with I can't remember his name, John Lithgow, guy from Third Rock from the Sun. He plays Churchill. It might be called Churchill, but he plays Churchill.
More importantly, he was a killer in Dexter.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Someone did a cut of Dunkirk and the John Lithgow film, and someone said that was actually a really interesting. It kind of made two movies that some people, like you two, didn't enjoy that much, into something that was more palatable, I guess.
I bet Christopher Nolan was pissed about that. There was one really cool scene where, this right here is spoilers for the next, 30 seconds. Not a big deal. But where one of the soldiers went down, and they saw that he was still alive, so they put him on the stretcher, and they follow that stretcher horizontally shot for 3 minutes, just to show how far they had to take the body, and that was pretty cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
So it's a cool movie. I don't want to take away from it, but yeah, definitely I on James' side with this one. It did take me a second. Right, now something that, or go ahead, James.
I was like, I'll update my opinion. It was for the idea that they were going for, and when the way you said it, if you think of it in the looking at it through that kind of a perspective, it was all right. But if you're going into it looking for an action movie, it's not for you.
I think it's important going into a movie, and I guess knowing what to expect, maybe if you have no background on a film and it's not like a standard blockbuster flick, I think that will throw you off.
Yeah, it did.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people were thrown off by Birdman.
Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman. Yeah.
A lot of people, I think, were thrown off that because they thought it was a superhero movie. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you and I were pleasantly thrown off by Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
I thought that was a hacker movie, hack and slash. If you haven't seen that movie, it will blow your dick off. Don't even watch a trailer.
It's super fun. It's a good flick. I think you'll enjoy it. If you haven't watched Birdman, it's not a superhero movie. It has to be one of my favorite movies of all time.
I love Michael Keaton.
Oh, hey, let's
Wait.
I've got my list.
Wait, what are you guys drinking though? Are you guys drinking anything?
I'm drinking.
We're doing a sober Sunday.
Oh, I'm not. I'm out.
Today's Friday, but which means Corey has 2 days to be
shit.
sober. So that means today we're crunked up. I'm drinking a margarita currently, actually.
Margarita.
I've been buying some nice Patron.
I have something to say about margaritas
Patron.
before we leave.
Wait, did you make your margarita this time, or you throw out? Because last time you said you're making margarita, you're just throwing away like good liquor, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I bought some decent tequila. It's not like expensive tequila, but it's 100% agave, and which I guess is
Patron agave.
Patron doesn't do that
I
anymore.
would
They
say
used
sounds
to,
pretty intense.
but now you have to be like, it's like a thing where you have to be 51% to call it tequila, and so they do the bare minimum now. Apparently, Patron swapped their manufacturing over at one point. So this stuff it's not expensive. It's like $23 for a bottle, and it's I bought like some lime juice, some agave syrup, some triple sec.
Yeah, but tell me what you did last week that I thought was really funny.
So last week I was making a margarita as well, and the neighbor's fucking dog got on my porch, and so I went out on the porch to throw the dog out, and when I came back in, I went to make the margarita, and I thought it was melted ice from the last one I made, so I threw it out, and then as soon as I threw it out, like as it's like leaving the shaker, I was like, oh! Actually, I'd already poured the tequila into the shaker.
How much money do you think you wasted, like tequila to spill ratio?
It wasn't much, but it was the very last of it. So like there was zero left. So I could make it up. And so like as it's out, I was like that was not melted ice. That was tequila. So I took my tongue I put my finger in the sink and like the spillage, and I tasted it. I was like, yep, that was it. And at that point, I was just sad for the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's one of those things you throw out. You're like, I'm dumb, and you're like, dang it. What are you drinking, Corey?
So I spent a little today, and I saw a Jackie O's stout that I was excited to try. It is brewed with walnuts, Cody.
Oh, wow.
I think you might know of it.
Aphrodite.
Oil of Aphrodite. I think you might have talked about it on here.
Is that a beer or is that like a liquor thing?
It's a bourbon aged stout.
Oh, is it? I never heard of it.
Thick beer, syrupy. And I will try it.
Is it walnut flavored or what?
No, it doesn't really. The walnut's not like aggressive in it at all.
Oh, really? I was going to say, I never had a beer that tastes like walnut. That'd be pretty cool. Or
there are,
gross, I don't know.
There's a lot of beers actually where there's one called Would Ya Honey, and one of those is brewed with nuts. And then there's also
I drink Would Ya Honey all the time.
There's Brit Kiln, and there's a version of that they did recently with nuts, and holy shit. Like the other two, the regular versions are pretty good, but when you add nuts to it, holy shit, dude. Bees knees, dirt, knock your dick in the dirt. It's delicious.
Knock your dick in the dirt. I will say I underestimated how much alcohol was in this. Daddy might have fucked up.
What is it?
10%.
10%? I don't like 10%. Wow.
It is good. It tastes nutty. It's like
we'll see you in the next episode.
Very, very full body. I'd pour this on a pancake, and then I would just look at it because I'm on a low carb kick.
Low carb kick, huh?
Yeah. Oh, real quick before we get to your drink,
right.
I'm doing a weight loss challenge. I would like my listeners to keep me on my toes because if I win $1,000 fucking dollars.
From who?
And it's just this Facebook group I got invited to.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm one of your listeners, and it's easier being fat. So
it is.
Just saying.
But I thought
just
I got a lot of shit to buy.
Bottoms up.
I'm gonna spend $1,000 promoting the podcast. So
wait, I don't understand. What group is it? I'll join. I need to get not fat.
It's already locked in, baby. But it's like it's just a Facebook group. A bunch of people got together and they're all trying to be cool with each other. I don't give a fuck about all that. I'm here for the money, bitch.
I'm here for the
I don't
money.
care about your diet, Karen.
That's pretty funny. I'm drinking a Perrin Brewing Company Grapefruit IPA.
Dude,
Yeah.
Which is
him
I'm
is
pretty
great
cool. I'm
names.
pretty cool that you guys. It's pretty funny that you guys asked me to do the podcast today because I never had this beer before. I just bought it today randomly, and I was like,
Yeah, that's
secretly I bought
awesome.
it for the podcast.
What type of glass are you drinking it out of?
It's a beer class, a standard one you'd find in any beer restaurant. It's not anything fancy, so I apologize. But
You
it is
need,
a beer glass.
You need to up your glass. Are you
Shit,
drinking
dude.
this out of like a pint glass or?
It is just a pint glass.
Yeah, dude, you gotta. The glass makes a huge difference.
I am
know it
taking
sounds stupid.
donations of free glasses. If you'd like to send them to me, I will.
You just buy them off
So
Amazon.
this is my tip to everybody on their beer journey. Go to Goodwill. Go to the glass section. Amazing selection of snifters, pint glasses, mugs, everything. So that's how I do.
If I can make a glass recommendation,
Yeah, go ahead.
Please do. Please do.
I gotta figure out.
I'm a big
Gotta
fan of
spell it.
glasses. I mean, I used. I don't know how cool you think Sam Adam glasses are, but I had one. It was great, and then Danny broke it, and I cried a little.
So my favorite beer glass for at least New England style IPAs, it's called a Spugula glass, and it is,
Laser etching.
If it doesn't have lasers, it
don't-
ain't for me.
I don't know if there's any laser. There might be a little bit, but it's SPIEGELAU. It's German, I believe.
Okay,
I
real
think,
quick.
I think it's called
My glass
Spugula.
game is weak. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
He's drinking out of a
Is
solo
pint
cup.
glass or solo cup? Ah!
I knew it.
So it's a great glass though. They're very thin and they break, so I'd buy like a 6-pack. I've broken a few. Caitlin's broken a few, but
Jesus, what are they made out of?
they're really thin and sometimes it just takes a little nick. Although Caitlin actually dropped one off a end table with a beer and it bounced.
Are
on
they
the-
like
I think
wine glass
somehow
thin?
They're wine glass thin. Yeah.
Dang.
So
Would you recommend insuring them?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure if you.
I don't think they work for me because I have my wine glass. I just put them in the dishwasher and they come out broken all the time. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
I ain't washing
oh,
these by hand.
Fuck it. I don't
I'll
give
buy
a
new
fuck.
ones.
I never put them in the dishwasher.
I knew. I put them in there. I'm like, you ain't coming out alive, but I ain't cleaning you.
So lazy.
Glass isn't like a wasted thing though. Luckily we could just melt it back down and
turns
make
into
more
more
shit
glass.
out of it. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you just made more glass.
Or crush it a whole bunch and be like, you're sand now. Again.
You know, asphalt is the number one reduced or recycled material I think on the planet.
Asphalt is?
Yeah,
I've actually never seen
yeah.
that.
Thankfully, because like if you ever watch them like shave off a road, like that's like a ton of fucking shit. But yeah,
True.
you basically just heat it up, and I think you throw like a little bit more tar in there, and just that's a road. You got a road again.
That's another road.
Okay, so roads just suck because they don't want to pay for the labor. That's all it is then.
Basically.
Well, I mean, it's money.
Basically.
It costs money to. They don't recycle it right there.
Well, I pay my goddamn taxes, and I shouldn't have to hit a fucking pothole.
Yeah.
I thought we were making this country great again.
Yeah, you've got it. Hey,
All right, so what do you think about the beer, right quick, James? I didn't get that.
Which one?
You didn't tell me.
Oh, I don't. I'm
beer you're
a
drinking.
big fan of grapefruit IPAs. I like them if they're. I don't like them if they're sweet. They got to be like the bitter grapefruit taste, but then an IPA. I'm a big fan. There's actually
Have you had
there's
the
a brewery.
Sculpin?
What's is it?
The Sculpin? Oh, it's got a fish on the front.
Oh, the one I have.
He says Perrin.
It's
or
Perrin Brewing Company.
Oh, okay. I was asking if you had the Sculpin. Cause
Oh,
you
I
should
don't.
try
I don't know.
grape-
I haven't had that one. No.
Oh, okay.
So just pull that mic up a little bit closer.
No, I haven't had that one.
Yeah, it sounds.
But
way
there
better.
there is a brewery or a pub in my town that's really it's got okay. So me and Courtney went to this pub this week, and I've never seen a pub like this. So it's in Hawley where I live, and it's on Google, and it's got 347 reviews, and it's got 4.6 stars. So I was like, what?
Damn.
And we went there, and it was really, really good. And they had tons of they didn't have tons. They had a lot of local beers on tap, and one of them was like grapefruit IPA from Shorts, which is a big brewing company up here, and it was really good.
Shorts is big everywhere.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've had a few
drink
shorts,
Shorts
but
all
I
the
know
time.
it's all over up here. I didn't know if it's back down there.
we don't get the special stuff. We get like your shelf.
We get
shorts.
the IPA.
So
the,
Cody's
the
coming up here.
Hopalicious shit.
Cody's coming up here tomorrow, and they have what is it? They have Shorts. Have you ever had Shorts strawberry shortcake?
Different Cody, by the way, not me.
Code Y.
Code Y.
I've never had that. No, I'm very happy they decided to make that though, because if they didn't make a shortcake beer, they're fucking up.
I'm gonna try it tomorrow, but it seemed like too sweet. But Cody really likes their yellow cake or whatever it is beer because he's super fat. Love you a long time.
Shout out.
Shout out, Cody.
Do I know this, Cody?
Cody. Oh, dang it!
Oh goddamn! Mark it down. Gotta cut that out.
Put a goat in
Right
there
there,
or whatever
right
you do.
I do know that guy. What's up, Code Y?
Code Y. Sorry, I said your last name.
So I will shout out. Or I need to quit saying Cut out all my ums. With that, Cody.
It's gonna be a
All
blank.
3,000 ums.
Count my 300 ums. I went to the Findlay Brewing Company, and I just want to say, like, their evolution is very cool. So if you're from my area, hit up the Findlay Brewing Company. They sometimes will make like a habanero IPA, which is my favorite, and
Oh, you
it gives
like
you
those?
that nice. Oh fuck yeah, I love.
I've
every
tasted a
pepper
couple, but I
beer.
haven't found one that I'm like, I drink a whole glass of it.
Well, there you go.
Have you drank a whole glass before?
The same grape. I drink 1,000 glasses.
Do you shit fireballs like Mario, or what is it after?
Of course I do.
Does it really? I was always wondering that. I was like, I've never drank a whole
It
glass, but I
does.
wondered if you like just
When
poop
I-
lava.
Last time I hung out at Code I's house in Columbus, I had some spicy stuff. We just kept eating spicy stuff, and the next day,
You melted his toilet.
it was. Let's just say the next day was a little spicy.
That's awesome.
Did it sound sexy the way I said it? Spicy.
All right, hey, I just cracked a beer open and I finished my margarita. I'm drinking a High Lie Oak Aged.
You just started the margarita.
Yeah, you
fucking
literally
psychopath.
chugged
I was already halfway done.
That was 8 minutes ago. You
Sat
weren't.
down. You're like, I'm drinking a
We were
margarita,
there.
bottoms up, and you're like, and now I got this beer, and
You
No.
butt chug.
I'm going to the
I,
hospital for alcoholism.
I just rode 100 miles on my bike, so my body's in pretty good shape.
Except for that liver.
My mind's telling me no.
I'm drinking white oak aged High Lie.
Oh my, what is that?
I
Like
got
8%?
It's from Florida. It's Cigar City Brewing Company. I got it in Alabama when I was actually with your brother James.
Matt?
Any
Matt
beer
you?
that's
It is
brewed-
7.5%.
Oh, dude.
any
it's too
beer.
high.
I was gonna say any beer in oak or like a barrel. That shit's gonna be more than 6
I was
for
gonna say,
sure.
If it's over 6.5, I'm too big of a sis. I can't. I don't like it.
You should try Truth IPA. Truth is a good high alcohol beer.
I don't like high alcohol beer.
All right, dude, you need to come down here.
I just told you the truth. I'm a
I'll,
big
I'll
sissy.
give you the Columbus experience. There's so much good.
You
food,
should
so
come
much
up
good
here,
beer.
dude. There's more
What,
brewing
you're gonna
companies up
give him
here than there is in
chlamydia?
Columbus.
There's more stuff in Columbus.
I say you shall come here.
And
You
we
guys
all,
should come
we
to
also
Findlay.
we have Gringa tacos. Corey will tell you about
Cool
that.
Cody came up here.
Oh fuck yeah, those tacos are the shit. But Cody, real quick, go fuck yourself because I got one coming in town too, bitch.
You have a lot. We don't have Los Guachos.
Well, it's called Viver, and we're gonna see if they compete. But that being said, that was the best taco experience I ever had.
It was incredible.
Minus the aggressive fire breathing I was doing. That's another part of my heat adventure there.
All right, hey.
Tell them about Pretentious Brewing.
Oh, it's a sour exclusive brewery in a kind of not the worst spot in Columbus, but a not fantastic.
Really bad neighborhood. Let's
not-
just
it's
say
not- it's
all
not-
of the rims are still spinning.
Oh, damn.
It's not real bad. I mean, you could get worse
Oh,
for sure.
back better.
I tell you, one time I saw a dump truck with spinners on it. Blew my mind.
Let's just say it went to this neighborhood.
It
Let's
did.
just say I heard this song,
That's where he's
Air
based.
Force Ones by Nelly, at least 4
Go
times.
stopping in my AFLs.
Hey, I just want to tell you
Big
guys I
boy.
appreciate that I haven't heard the word Kanye yet, so thank you guys for
Oh
that.
my God,
Shut
dude.
up. Don't you
How
do
do you
it.
feel about his new album, dude?
I don't like it, know him, or I don't even, he doesn't exist to me.
Have you ever listened though?
Yes, I have. Everybody's
Me,
heard
I haven't.
Kanye. I heard his stupid new album everyone's making fun of. I am actually offended by myself for bringing this up.
All right, listen to
Oh, look what
Yo.
you've done.
listen to the whole album. Kids See Ghost.
I will not. I refuse.
Listen to it two total times. If you don't, then you're never on the show. I'm actually gonna can this episode.
You're gonna just scrap the whole thing.
I will.
Do you want to talk about the elephant in the room?
Oh, I knew I was fat, but Jesus Christ.
So you
I'm
guys,
just kidding. We're not even in the same room.
we might be. Did you guys watch Downsizing really or no?
I didn't get to it.
So
you
okay,
didn't?
I tried.
Cody, are you ready? Are you okay with it being spoiled?
Yeah.
Because I feel like James is the one that shit upon it.
Wait, Corey, you seen it?
I would
didn't ya?
love. I did just see
yeah.
it.
So
And
what do
I
you
have
think?
opinions about it too. Cody, are you cool with this?
Cody,
or-
I don't wanna
Cody,
watch
you
it.
can't really spoil it. It's absolute hot trash. So I mean, what are you gonna spoil?
Sure, go ahead, I guess.
If Cody wants to watch it, I will hold off.
All
right,
right,
now,
we'll hold
'cause you-
off. But I'm just saying,
All
Megan,
right.
this is good.
I mean,
We address that.
We've got a big list though. So
Oh,
we
I
can
said
get
her last
to-
name again. Shit.
That's
God
okay.
damn it.
Another goat. Sorry,
That's
guys.
okay.
God damn you.
Is that what you use, Cody? A goat?
So James, without spoiling anything, what did you feel about Downsizing, the famous Matt Damon movie about shrinking your body?
I'm gonna just. I mean, I was pretty critical in my comment to Megan. Unspoken last name. It's her comment, but if I were to sum it up in one word, it was just disappointment. Literally, just that was
Yes.
it. Disappointment. Because I was so pumped when I saw the trailers for it. Because I like Matt Damon, I like his movies, and I saw this one. I was like, "This sounds so cool." And I watched it. I was like, "Oh man, this."
I'm fucking
So-
Matt Damon.
It just let me down so hard. It was like the Browns
Your-
just sucking.
Your
me.
review of it was very powerful, and I'm like, "There's no way this could be right." And I checked out the movie, and I'm like, I can definitely see where James came from. Now, you said they took all the good stuff and put it in a trailer.
Yeah, for that one
I
scene
don't-
on the riverboat.
Okay, so that's the thing. That's not why I was excited about the movie. I was excited about the shrinking in general, and I thought you meant they never did that. So I was very
Oh, no,
nervous
yeah,
going
no.
into it. But I will say, like, there were just missed opportunities with this premise. This premise would have been an amazing comedy, an
could've.
amazing rom-comedy, but they had an agenda. They wanted to prove something, and nobody signed up for that.
No,
So
and like
that-
when you saw the trailer, you saw like the giant bottle of like what was it? It was like Grey Goose or some vodka, or wasn't it? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
And then you're
yeah.
like, so immediately when I seen that, I was like, first thing came to mind was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, comedy gonna be great. And then I saw the movie and I was just like, all right, this is
Yes.
like just straight let me down all day long.
Right. And that's kind of what Cody and I were talking about, where the movie trailer should kind of coerce you towards the right movie you're going to see. Because
Yeah.
if you go to a movie that you're not wanting to see, you're never going to get a good review out of
Nope.
it. So,
And you guys said
Downsizing,
it got really bad. Like,
We did.
25% audience.
yeah, and I would give it 20.
I do want to say, Megan, I apologize, but I still appreciate your style. I think Cody might actually like it.
You never know.
So-
Cody's an odd
I
pair here.
think Cody might be in that percentage. A movie I did want to talk
Someone
about.
has to like
that-
it for it to get 25%.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, I guess there is. It has to be somebody.
Megan liked it. She liked it so
So-
much she just made a bunch of fake accounts. I did want to talk about Isle of Dogs. Cody would recommend.
Yes, this is on my,
I
this is my
never
list.
seen it.
Yeah.
What is it about? You can
It
spoil
is
it.
a-
I don't care.
What? No, we're not gonna spoil it because this is a really great movie. It is it's most recent Wes Anderson film. He's known for a very stylish color palette, I would say, most definitely. Would that be the best way
Yeah.
to possibly describe him? 9:9 shot ratio is very popular with him. Pan over shots, quirky characters, kind of slightly odd dialogue.
You haven't
between
hit
his
one thing I
characters.
understand yet.
Hyper narration, like a lot of narrating.
Yeah, just fantastic, like really great, unique stories. I think.
What'd you say the
It's
movie was
just
called?
weird.
Isles
It's
of Dogs?
Super weird.
Isle of Dogs, like island,
Which is
Isle.
Isle of Dogs. And this is the
Oh.
best Wes Anderson movie I've ever seen. So,
What is it about?
and
I loved what movie did
The
the
trailer
kids.
will tell you that the movie in the near future, there is a outrageous explosion, or they're trying to control the dog population in, I believe, Japan, and so they take all the dogs and round them up and put them on an island, and it is
What?
an ex-trash island, and so all the dogs are on the island, and one boy is looking for his lost pet, Spatza.
It sounds like a really
Yeah.
weird movie and a really
It
weird
is.
solution to a
Dude.
problem that you could just like murder
Dude.
all the dogs with.
honestly, so this movie, you have to, like, if you mess with the devil's lettuce, do that before you watch it. But you have to be in the mindset of just following this movie. And if you let those characters grow on you and everything, and you, like, fully jump into what Wes Anderson's trying to convey, it's an amazing movie.
It just sounds super weird. Like, there's nobody would solve a problem like that. It's like, we got way too many dogs. Let's put them on an island.
It's so much weirder
it makes
than what
sense,
you're hearing.
I think. But it's also stop animation with, like, would you say, like, claymation kind of, but not clay?
Wait, is it both
Puppet.
or just stop?
It's like
puppetry.
It's
puppetry.
not live action at all. But it's
okay. I thought it was
it's
like
so
both.
well done. You completely forget what you're watching.
Right. Yeah.
It's incredible. The scene with the
whole
sushi.
time, it's just like a big art project. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I think, love and attention put into his movies, and that's why one of the reasons I enjoy him so much.
I think
I would say
gonna go down.
Explore the entire Wes Anderson catalog, but I think it seems like I feel like these last movies are just kind of getting better and better.
Moonrise Kingdom. That's what I was trying to think of. That's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, it's great. Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah,
Fantastic Mr. Fox. If you really enjoyed Isle of Dogs, different story.
What would you say was better
between the two?
Yeah,
I liked Isle of Dogs, I think, better than Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I was just so invested with the characters.
It was really great, really fun. Just had seen it. Here's a movie you guys have all seen, though.
What?
If you just want to just maybe go through my
Ferngully?
I made a list here. No,
Wait,
Spider-Man. Those I sent you on Discord.
Yeah, but which one? The angry one or the green? The green or the red?
Green list.
Okay, green
Red
list.
is for the casserole.
I had the red one open. My bad.
Yeah, the red one's for my casserole later.
Your what? Your
It's
casserole.
those are baked noodles, and we make a casserole out of them.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
All right, so can we talk about Kirsten Dunst of the original Spider-Man?
Wait, you're gonna skip Chipotle? What's Chipotle about then?
We'll talk about Chipotle.
All right.
Well, if we don't hit these topics, they'll just go into the next list.
You're not going in
through.
order. You're just picking one, right?
I just kind of want to shimmy through these. I get see you guys list. So if there's anything you guys really want to hit on, but this scene has.
Yeah.
So the Spider-Man scene with Kirsten Dunst when it's raining and
Upside down rain scene.
she's got her giant knockers out and her nips are just poking through.
Best Kiss Choice Award winner.
Dude, I always wondered how did Sam Raimi convince her like this was like a totally cool, okay thing? He said like, no, you totally can't see her nipples poking through her shirt. Like,
No, he's
it
probably
seems
like, you want to be famous?
so
Get them
uncomfortable.
nips out.
She was already a kind of an established actress.
You want to be super famous?
She was in Small Soldiers. Oh, I guess she was in Interview with a Vampire too.
Well, I mean, she was a kid in that, but yeah, I think she did some stuff.
I don't mean like she was hot in it. I
know,
mean
but
she
like,
was in that movie.
I know what you're saying, but I mean, she did some roles.
Bring It On was after Spider-Man, right?
Was it? Oh, maybe this movie did kind of kick her into an adult. Maybe she needed it.
I don't know.
I felt like she could have said no if she wanted to do this. It just felt.
All I know is her career is abysmal.
What a boner alert though on this movie.
Yeah.
Goddamn. James, you know what we're talking about here? This kiss
Yeah,
scene?
the upside down rain scene, right?
Oh my god, dude! Have you
Jack
watched
Black
it?
did it better.
That was like everybody. That was like the original. Like, oh my god,
It's almost like they gave her a shirt made out of tissue paper.
like wear this tissue paper shirt.
No, they gave her a shirt with nipple implants sewn into it because they couldn't keep her nipples hard. So they just sewed
that
here's
might
your
be
nipples
true.
into the
these jelly
shirt.
beans and push them down there for us. Well, you thank you.
Sam Raimi's like, dude, these nipples aren't hard enough, and we still have $1 million budget.
Get the
CGI
gumdrops. Go get a fucking box of gumdrops. We're gonna sew them into the shirt. We gotta film quick before they dissolve.
The whole time, Kirsten's like, "Are you guys sure?"
Tobey Maguire's drowning.
Drowning in his boater.
Well, they said that he basically got
Toby.
waterboarded during that scene
Oh yeah, I bet he did.
because he has.
Where did you read
like,
that at?
I can't remember where, but I mean, he has like whatever mesh material mask over his face, and it's fucking pouring down rain on that scene.
Water on him.
And he's like,
Yeah,
so he's
pretty
getting like
funny.
waterboarded during that.
No one cared who he was till he put the mask on. So,
What's
what is your
breakfast?
guys' favorite? What's your favorite version of Spider-Man?
I can honestly say
So
I don't think
far.
I've watched that one that you were just talking about, but I don't think I've watched any other ones.
The new Spider-Man Homecoming was Tom Holland
James,
is really good.
I'm not a really big fan of the Spider-Man. I don't really like the main actor guy, and it wasn't.
What?
It didn't capture me.
Which one?
Any of them. I mean, I watched the first one, obviously, but then after that, I was like,
You
meh.
mean the Sam Raimi ones?
Isn't the first one with the upside down nipple kiss?
Well, yeah, but there's 3 of those.
I just
then
watched
there's
that. The only one I remember is the upside down nipple kiss. That's it.
but then there's
You're telling me you saw the first Spider-Man
Never
when
came
you were
back.
a child?
Yep. I was like,
Wow.
nope, not coming back. He ain't got me. Those nipples are nice, but I ain't coming back.
dude, you gotta watch the second one with Dr. Octopus.
Fuck yeah.
Doctor Octopus. I don't know.
It's good.
Spider-Man
Dr.
never got
The
me.
third one.
I was never a big
The third
Spider-Man
one's
dude.
the best.
Third
When
one,
he
oh
does
my
that-
god, you fucking
When he
stupid.
does that dance scene at
Oh
the
my
jazz club, dude,
It's so
that's
weird.
film gold,
It
dude.
is so weird. I like the kind of. I'm a big fan of the dark sort of movies, so I like the Andrew Garfield ones.
Fuck you. It was like DC, right?
I like the first one. The second one was bad, but I don't
I
know
love
about
Jamie Foxx.
It, I'm a,
You
I'm
upset
a-
him. You upset Cody.
I like
Wait,
Jamie
about-
Foxx as a person, but
You don't like him as an actor? Your
I-
favorite movie
no.
is Django.
No, I didn't like Spider-Man 2, and I don't think he saved that movie.
Oh, that's not what I was arguing either. But I mean, it definitely helped that he was there.
Yeah, I think. They could have done just Jamie Foxx. He could have been the only villain with Electro.
He could have been Spider-Man and the villain, and I would still watch that movie.
Yeah, so I would say Tom Holland so far seems like he might be the best Spider-Man.
So Andrew Garfield aesthetically is the best Spider-Man because he's tall, lanky, and he has that voice, that
That's
childish
true, yeah.
voice. But that movie was too DC. Like, it's straight away from Marvel. And I like Marvel's lighting, and I like how uplifting it is. Like, that movie's old enough to where I'm comfortable spoiling it. The second one. Gwen Stacy. Like, are you fucking kidding me? In the second movie, you're really... Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
What are we doing, kid? I like I like they gave kind of a dark direction, kind of
Fucking
a
kept her around.
grungy shit in the first one. I like that. If they could have made it, I want like a kind of a weird Spider-Man. I wouldn't mind like a really weird, fucked up Spider-Man person.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's opposite of that, but I think Tom Holland really nailed it. And also
Michael Keaton.
Michael, yeah. I mean I'm not sure what happened, like where his career took a shit, but now since like Birdman kind of relaunched it, he's doing some fucking good shit, right?
You think he was doing poorly for a while?
I mean, what he did, he had like a hiatus, right, where he wasn't like he fell off my grid.
Yeah, I guess he fell off my grade too. Fuck.
You know, I
just
guess I
watched
could probably look at his
Multiplicity for the
IMDb.
first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Well, James, what the fuck? Why have you seen Spider-Man movies?
I'm not a big fan. I just say Spider-Man. I get it, but
What is your favorite superhero?
Ugh. I don't know. I think I Iron Man maybe would be my top of mind because I just like Tony Stark's personality, and I like that he's rich and just makes his own shit.
Yeah.
Have
he's
you
cool as
seen Thor Ragnarok?
fuck. Oh,
Is that the newest?
Please.
Is that the new Thor movie?
It's the newest Thor. It's on
Yeah, I've
Netflix
seen it.
right now.
I
Damn,
saw it
yeah.
on. You know what I saw it on?
That movie was fucking killer.
LimeWire.
Yeah, kinda the new version.
Yeah.
This
LimeWire
whole
2.0.
this podcast is gonna get a cease and desist.
Season distance. My bad.
Dude, I ain't going back to jail.
I ain't going back. No, I like. I don't know. I like the Iron Man guy because I thought that movie. Oh well, the original one was really good, but I just like the character, I guess.
I will say Robert Downey Jr. is fucking killing how he does Iron Man, which
Yeah, it's true. It could be just he plays it good too.
and that's the rebirth of a career, way more than
What was he
Kirsten
in
or
before that movie though? Because I can honestly I watched
Weird Science.
Was he? Because I cannot think of a movie that he was in when he wasn't Iron Man.
He was really popular earlier in his career, but
Yeah,
Yeah, but like in
Yeah,
what?
like
Weird,
early '90s stuff.
Weird Science, like even '80s stuff,
Dude,
late '80s.
I got stung in the ass. Okay, this is not a joke. I was mowing the lawn today and I got stung in the butt cheek by a bee, and it is literally driving me insane. Through the shorts, dude. This bee meant business.
So were you trying to do like a parallel with you need some sort of magnetic thing?
I'm just saying I'm gonna probably
your
be
ass like an Iron Man.
I'm gonna be like Bee-Man here shortly. I'm just gonna fly around.
Yeah, are you saying you need like a super suit to feel better?
Yeah, I do. But I've never been stung in the ass by a bee, but it's insane.
It's funny you say that because I just got back from camping. That's why we didn't record last night, because my skin is destroyed.
Did you get sunburned out the ice?
Fucking and I put 100 SPF 50 on, and I laid in a coffin. Still got fucked up.
Laid in a coffin.
But my fucking, I was sitting on one of those mesh chairs, and those mosquitoes saw my sexy ass. Like they're like, "Oh, is that Nicki Minaj?" No, that's Corey, one of the hosts of the Six Pack and a Movie podcast, and they just ate my ass, dude. Fuck my ass up. I have 48 mosquito bites on my butt right now.
Why were you wearing? So wait, why was your butt cheeks out? Did you have like a Speedo on or something?
No,
why not?
Why? You just
you don't wear a Speedo when you camp.
You just
what
naked ass cheeks on a mesh chair. You were asking for it.
You were ass.
Skin for
No,
it.
I had so many layers on. I was wearing alpaca underwear. Like I wasn't naked. I was just I don't know. They just saw an opportunity, bit through my gym shorts, mesh. It was amazing.
That's what I got. I got stung through a gym shorts, dude. This bee or wasp or terrorist, I don't know what it was, but it went through my gym shorts, through my underwear, into my ass cheek, and I was like, you deserve it if you went to that much trouble. But, joke's on him, he's dead, so.
Yeah.
Rip the dream.
We always win, except for Macaulay Culkin.
I guess unless he was a wasp, then he's still alive. But other than that, my butt cheek hurts.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ooh, somebody opened I need a new beer. Is it a beer timeout?
No, it's not yet. All right, so I'm going to talk about this. Can we talk about Toblerone? Have you guys had Toblerones?
What do you?
You got him right.
Like the Toblerone candy bar?
I've never heard of it.
Break me off a piece of that Toblerone. You never heard of Toblerone?
Okay, I know what you just said was not. It's what is it?
That's a song. Break me a piece of that Toblerone.
Toblerone candy.
Break me off a piece of that Toblerone.
Yeah, don't you know the song? It's on TV. Like, break me off a piece of that Toblerone.
I know
Why'd you say Fancy Feast last?
Are you talking about
Cody?
Torbjorn in Overwatch?
It's from The Office. Where there's a scene where Andy doesn't know what the song is, and Jim's like, "No one tell him, no one tell him." And he's like, "Break me off a piece of that applesauce." Fancy Feast.
Oh, okay, I have seen that.
Are you saying Torban? Like, how do you even spell this thing?
Toblerone.
Tolberone. Tolberone.
It is it's a candy bar shaped in triangles. It's the mountain.
Here, let me sing you the jingle.
Let me sing you the jingle. It's like a triangle.
Okay, I'm going to sing you the jingle real quick. Toblerone, when home seems so far away. Toblerone, yeah, I hope your friends are not gay.
I found
Toblerone.
When you it sounded like you're saying Torbjorn, like
Torbjorn,
my baby. But no, I haven't had one, and they look like they're shitty. So
holy shit, dude, they're fantastic.
You had one?
I've had.
Yeah,
dude, I did not have one until I was 27, maybe 2 years ago. It might be 28. It might have been less than a year ago. Holy shit, it's like I've been missing out my entire life on Toblerones, and just I felt like I was denied. I've been eating shitty ass Hershey Kisses all the time, and I thought that's a great candy bar.
Oh my god,
Hershey's
wrote the review pretty good.
Hershey's are not
cooking and cream. That's fantastic. No,
ooh, yeah, that is fucking amazing.
But they're good, but they're not fucking Toblerone, dude.
And it says, snap off a chunk of Torbjorn triangle with a terrific taste sensation of smooth chocolate and honey and almond nougat.
If you haven't given it a shot.
I mean, they write it like they mean business.
And also, look at the logo. Do you see the logo of the mountain?
Yeah, it's a mountain.
There's a bear inside in the middle. Check that out.
Oh,
it's fantastically designed, yeah. So,
do you know Abraham Lincoln's on the penny, but on the other side too?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't know that one. I learned that in school.
He's on both sides.
He's
you
on
need like a magnifying glass.
Cody, is it really as big as this picture is? This thing looks like it's a foot long.
So they sell a large one at this.
Oh, it must be this little girl has. There's a little girl on it. It literally looks like her arm. She's like munching on it.
There is a big one.
They usually come like 6 inches.
I've never seen these. This one's like a solid foot.
So they recently made the mountains less wide, and people got upset. It cut down on the size of the chocolate.
I've never seen one of these before, but if I ever see one, I'm gonna get one.
I'm not sure if they sell them at gas stations or not, but they'd be at like a Kroger.
It's more of a Walmart, Kroger, Meijer kind of thing. I will say full circle back to you, Adam Sandler. His newest movie on Netflix featured like a 10-foot Toblerone.
I thought you hated
and nobody
Adam Sandler.
gave a fuck. You're goddamn right, I do.
Oh, okay. I
Fuck
knew I heard
you,
you say
Adam.
that at some point.
You're goddamn right, dude. Toblerone's not gonna save your shit movie, Sandler.
Hey, we're back.
All right.
We took a hot
Welcome back. Welcome back.
break. It's a new segment called Welcome Back that we're doing on the show.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Welcome back, bitch.
That's probably trademark.
No, I think Corey wrote that.
Yeah, I my first ba and the second ba were like a little farther spaced out.
I think
I did.
did you guys ever hear, I don't know if it's Paul McCartney or someone else on the Beatles, but they came up with a song once, or like a melody, and that they didn't record on it because they're like, I think we might have stole this from something.
Oh, shit.
So they were like, they're trying to be careful, yeah.
What do you think it was? Like Merry Christmas? Like, this sounds super familiar.
Yeah. Do you know Happy Birthday? The Happy Birthday song was trademarked or copyrighted, and that was owned by, I think, Sony up until within the past couple of years. And that's why so many restaurants have their own birthday jingle.
That's fucking crazy.
Like a cheat.
Well, first off, very obscure reference. That place has been out of business since I was like 8 years old.
Shit.
All they do is make salsa now. That's all they do. But that is fucking crazy. Whoever trademarked Happy Birthday, that person is in hell.
I think it was
there
from
is
like
one.
a long time ago, and then
For sure.
Sony bought it, and so every time Happy Birthday to You was sung in movies, Sony got money for it. But I think it's now like public domain.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Apparently, every 100 years, trademarks die, and you can't like reignite them. I think.
Well, the thing is,
before
Disney has been working ways around that.
Well, Disney, they
Owns
are
everything.
Skynet. I would say they're more Skynet than Google. Google's the good Skynet.
I'd say they're more Skynet than Skynet.
They used to hate Jews.
Yeah.
Man, oh goddamn, James got dark on that.
Too
one.
much. I mean, it's fact. Look it up. Google it.
Hey, welcome to the jungle, motherfucker. I want to hear everybody that hates Jews.
We got fun and games.
Disney used to be. Disney probably still is pretty dark.
So this story was told on Manscaped, but this is the first time I've told it on this podcast.
Ooh.
There was a business owner. He had an Ohio State store at the Bowling Green Mall, and he was the one that I asked if it was okay if I could sit in front of his store and do caricatures. He's like, "Yeah, $10." I was like, "All right, fair."
Wait, charge?
Apparently, I thought it was nice at the time, but now I realize, yes, he did charge me.
Wow,
and I made no
what a
money,
dick.
so I just lost money. Makes sense why he's a dick at the end of the story. So this motherfucker, they went in the back of his office and they found a shit ton of automatic weapons, like a whole wall lined with automatic weapons, and a paper that had all the Jewish business owners on it
In the area. The Bowling
in the area. That's fucking crazy. He was like Hitler point two. Or Hitler part two.
Point two.
Yeah. He's like a very light portion of it.
And he charged $10, so he's pretty
Oh, my
much
God.
the worst.
He's evil.
Yeah, I think he's in prison, right?
He has to be. For
And if
sure.
you listen to this podcast, then hey, no hard feelings, bud.
Yeah, if he's listening, like, number one fan.
Welcome back. Welcome back, dude. Hope your business is doing fine.
Don't come after us.
We should throw him an opening party. A great opening party. I'm just kidding. Fuck you, man. Jews are dope.
Jews are dope.
All right, Cody, what did you want to get to on the green list?
So there are a few things on the green list today. A lot of production value on the show. I want to talk about drones a bit and how crazy drone technology has become. And
I really wish we had somebody that had one.
I know. I wish there was
got
someone
one.
that would jokes. Hey, I was just thinking about like you watch movies and so many shots you would need some sort of like
Oh,
crazy
I know,
ass
yeah.
crane or like a helicopter to try to get. or you just weren't able to get the shot. And now, because drones have gotten so great and it's such a fast time,
can make those shots now.
But like you can fucking fly a thing through the fucking trees of a woods without having to chop down the trees or getting like some sort of like cherry picker to get the shot. It's just opened up so much for what people have access to.
I know you can be Joe Smo and be like, I have a DJI, Phantom, and I can do whatever I want now.
Like you have 2 drones, right, James?
Well, yeah. Well, I got the DJI, and then I have one I made, but I don't use the one I made. I don't ever fly it anymore.
But I mean, so what would you say with like between when you got your first one and your second one? How much did that improve?
Well, my first one was one I built. But it was good for what it was. But when I bought the DJI, I mean, they're so easy to fly now. It's ridiculous. You don't have to know anything about RC or flying. You can literally just pick it up and just take off and shoot video. It's that easy.
Is that the one you had at your wedding?
That's the one I had at Lucas's wedding. I took pictures of Lucas's wedding with it.
Oh, I didn't know about
that. And it added layers to the photos, by the way. Like it always makes shit look way cooler.
It does.
If you have a drone there.
Yeah.
Well, you had yours flying or you had a drone flying during your wedding.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
I was like,
me and Courtney's wedding. That was some other guy. It was the same thing, drone, same type of drone, but it was some other guy.
I thought you were out flying the whole thing. I was like, this is a little bit distracting.
I still haven't seen that video either. So,
oh no shit!
All the money we paid that dude, it wasn't worth it.
Wait, no shit!
The whole time,
you paid that guy, and he.
Well, I'm sure we have the video, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, that's your own damn fault.
Well, dude, how much was it worth it? It was like we paid him like thousands of dollars.
That's your own fault. What the
moral of the story?
Dude.
Weddings are not worth it.
No shit. Don't get married.
Not worth
Don't get married. James, you've been married a year, right? Has it been a year?
I don't know. How long have we been married?
Oh my god, you can't ask her on the podcast.
She's right here telling me to be quiet, but I think it's a year.
Yeah, man, dude.
No, it's over a year. We're just past it.
Is there anything you did that you can openly say with her nearby that you like kind of wish you didn't do?
Yeah,
or
dude.
wish you did differently?
Are you allowed all that money on it? We should have done. Okay, so this is what it really is. When we were
should have did a Chuck E. Cheese route.
No, when we were engaged.
Keep Mike close to that face.
When we were engaged, we were like, me, her family, my family, everybody's like, we should do a destination wedding because it would be the best spending of our money. We could go on vacation, get married, do it all. And she's like, no, I want a real wedding. Blah, 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 blah. You know how they are. And then after it was all said and done, you know what she said? Yeah, we should have done a destination wedding. So more of the story is to do a fucking destination wedding because it's all worthless. I mean, you're going to spend all this money on a party and a dumb cake, and then you're going to go on, honeymoon, which is fun. But then it's not worth it to spend all the money. Just go on do a destination wedding. Be like, if you want to come here, we're going to Hawaii. We'll see you there. If not, YOLO, we're out.
I like how you skipped mine. That was really fun.
Your what? Your wedding?
Motto.
Yeah, I like how you skipped it, you little bitch.
Yeah, I like how you wiped off all my chairs. Who's the bitch now?
Oh yeah, James' wedding. I wiped off all the chairs so people didn't have wet chairs to sit on because it rained and the lady.
No, the sprinklers went off.
The sprinklers went off and the chairs got wet and the lady was like, "Oh, they'll dry, they'll be fine."
Cody's like, "They're not gonna dry."
But they were like waiting, like everyone was waiting at James's wedding for, like they were waiting for people to sit down. Like everyone was. Cody's like basically like,
they were waiting for water to dry.
Yeah, and
they were
waiting for people to sit.
The chairs
and
are
like
all wet.
No one wanted to sit down because the chairs are wet. So I was like, shit. So I went to the bathroom, got as many paper towels as I could, and just started wiping down like all 40 chairs. No joke.
Yeah, and I'm just standing there like at my wedding. I'm just like, dude, like getting ready to hand out. Cody runs by with all these paper towels. He's like, the chairs are all wet. The chairs are all wet. And I'm like, what is he talking about? And he just runs away. And I'm like, what
I
the
broke
hell?
a sweat wiping off every single chair, but people appreciate it.
Hey,
yeah,
dude,
there was no wet bumps.
Nobody thanked Cody, but the next day, 0 chafed assholes. So
0, 100%.
Shout out to Cody.
No one had a wet
Everybody
butt,
danced their
but
ass
other than
off
that-
and didn't chafe it.
That's pretty funny.
All right, so if I get into another couple, so Southwest Airline, you guys know that lady got sucked in the window like 2 months ago.
No, she got sucked to the window. She got killed by shrapnel.
She got her head sucked out the window. She suffocated. Was why.
No, you're talking about the engine failure?
Something exploded. It
Yeah,
caused the
Southwest
hole
Airlines
in
had
her
an engine
seat.
failure, and from what I heard, the shrapnel from the fan failure punctured the cockpit and killed her.
I thought her head got sucked out the window and she died.
Well, you know what? Google
By
knows,
some
so
occasion.
let me figure it out real quick.
Yeah, do it like Google. I want to say I haven't even heard of this. All I know about is the Asian guy getting his ass kicked on Delta.
That was a long time ago.
It was a while
And
ago.
I'm still upset about it.
So I mean, it doesn't really matter how that person died.
Oh, it matters.
But so we all have a
Delta
mutual friend named
gets a
Ashley,
4-star.
right? This is Southwest Airlines. So we have a mutual friend named Ashley, and she told me what kind of stuck with me a little bit was that this person picked their seat because if you've ever flown Southwest Airlines, you pick where you want to sit. They board you in groups, and you just sit down wherever you want. So this person picked their fucking death in their seat.
Oh, shit.
And that's like some
That
Final
would
Destination
suck.
shit, right? So, like, I mean, someone else could have sat there. She could have sat whatever past experiences she had or whatever was occurring at that moment that made her pick that seat. And, did she like a window seat? Did she want to sit like in this particular aisle? Was someone in the aisle behind her that she, looked like she didn't want to sit near them? So she's like, I'm going to sit in this one where the next window seat's taken. Did she take the first window seat? Maybe. But she picked her own fucking death.
So you're just describing the butterfly effect at this point.
Yeah. Well, I was also wondering too, like, have you guys ever been in a situation you think where you almost died from?
But you made the right choice.
Yeah, did you make a right choice where you put yourself out of a situation where you would
Nothing drastic like instant death, I will say. Nothing like that. What about you, Cody? Have you been in that before?
Wait, what are we talking about? Because I was Googling the whole time, but...
Well, we're talking about how this woman died and that she picked her seat, which ultimately led to her death. And
Oh, you're talking about fate or what?
like, have you ever been in a situation where some sort of small decision you made altered?
Oh, that's
whether or
the
not you might
opposite
be
of
here?
fate.
Yeah.
That bitch went to sit with her friends. There was a fat guy there. She went to the next seat. A baby was crying. She hates babies.
Oh, dude.
And then she finally chose her seat, and she got her face sucked out of a window. Have you ever been in that situation?
Not so much, but...
I was in a thing where a couple of friends of ours tied a mattress to the back of a truck and rode it in the country. And the only reason I wasn't on that mattress is because I had to work that day. And
What happened to him?
the mattress
I was
buckled,
there.
and one of them got super fucked up on his face, like grinded into the pavement.
It was Corey.
Oh!
It was Corey's
one of,
face.
One of them fell into the ditch, I think, and kind of skidded by. But I mean, I would have been on that mattress for sure.
Corey
I was
nose grinded his
stupid.
face on the asphalt.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would have been there though if I, and who knows, like the head trauma there could have killed someone.
Wait, James.
It just made him ugly.
James,
He's all right.
why do you know so many people with our names? This is the second
Your
time
name
this happened.
is
Yeah.
super common. I don't know. Everybody with the
Cody
name Corey
Corey.
has got fucked up somehow.
Okay. So now that you told that story, I will say I have been in a few situations like this. One, I wear a hearing aid now. It's part of our logo, so most people know that. But that is because I was hit in the ear with a water balloon.
What?
So
Can you trace that back?
Okay, so I can't trace. That's the most trace back I got to the hearing loss.
And I've never
was
seen
the
your
left-
hearing aid. It must be pretty tiny.
Well, thank you very much.
Because your
But,
picture
yeah,
is not tiny. You're a little cartoon.
Yeah, I blew it up there. But so the hearing aid, I could trace it back to getting. It wasn't a thrown water balloon. Somebody walked up and bashed me in the head with the water balloon and forgot their fist was behind it. And I remember
You got punched in the head.
I got punched in the head, and then I went to the doctor, and I was like, "Dude, I can't hear anything." And the guy was like, "Well, I'm an EMT. You should go to college to be an EMT." And he told me about Hawken College, and then I went to Hawken College, all because of this incident. So.
And then you
yes.
dragged in another 10 people to Hockey College.
I dragged in a whole city of people, and one of them became a firefighter, and I was in his wedding, and so was James.
But
So
you never got your
there's
ears
a
fixed, so
chaos
this dude
there.
kind of like steered you down the wrong path.
I will sacrifice that for the future that we're in right now. But yes, without that water balloon, all this shit's different. Trump isn't even president without that water
Well,
balloon.
if you believe in the multi-universe, I guess somewhere out there
I do.
you're walking around with
Oh,
perfect
I do.
hearing and whatever you did then after that.
James, do you
I'm
have
out
any?
there
James,
with
you have
perfect
any?
hearing.
You have any chain reactions, butterfly effects on your life?
Yeah, I want to hear your butterfly. You for sure.
give some
dude.
butterfly
I can't
fact.
think of anything off the top of my head, butterfly effect wise.
Where'd you meet your wife?
Corey was dating her. Well,
Oh, shit.
Corey went on a blind date with her and didn't like her, and I was like, "Can I date her?" And now we're married.
Wait, okay, here we go. So if Corey had eyes, he would have seen how gorgeous she was, and it would have no longer been a blind date. It would have been a regular date, and then he would have married her.
I
There you
guess, or he could be like, he could have thought she was
Butterfly
super
effect.
ugly and it's never dated her at all, and I never would have met her.
go. Oh yeah, that would have worked too.
I mean, that's a more statistical way of looking at it, but still could have happened.
yeah.
I guess that's a tiny little butterfly. I'll give it it's a moth effect.
I was gonna say that.
Effect.
It was the Mothman prophecy.
Mothman prophecy. Mothman, starring Nicolas Cage, coming out.
I can't think of anything else.
That's a very on the spot question.
I'm sorry. I can do one.
I
I can do an origin story of I think Caitlin and I had talked about, but
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
Ordnance story?
an origin story.
Oh,
Like Wolverine origins, but better.
what do you got?
So I mean, I like most people in the early 2000s spent a decent amount of time on AOL Instant Messenger, right? Like
Dog 31.
Yeah, that was it.
What was my
C-Dog.
name was Ride Burton 2006.
It was something like it was. I knew Red Bird. I don't know your number, but yeah, that makes sense. One of her friends actually talked to me on who's actually now kind of her brother is married to my sister, but she talked to me on AOL one day, and then I think maybe I swear it might have been like 6 months later. I think Caitlin was with that girl when she talked to me on AOL and randomly messaged me and chatted with her a bit, and then the first time I actually met her was junior year, and she was behind me, like on my way to lunch, and I pretended I didn't see her because I was super nervous because I'd only talked to her online at that point because this is before school had started. So and now here I am, 60 years later.
So
60
what
years?
you said, yeah, at least 60 years.
If I never talked to that person or that girl
You'd be
originally
gay or
and
something.
ignored her, or if I had been on AOL at that time, and then if she had not randomly decided to chat with me 6 months later,
Didn't Kaylin come from a different school too?
nope. So you're wrong on that.
What, dude? I don't remember her at all before you came around. It's like you showed up and then you brought her with you. I don't remember her without you.
She was a freshman, so
She was like
she's in Matt's grade and Corey's grade, right?
She was like Justin
grade?
Bieber. He was Usher.
No.
he discovered her.
she's 2 years below.
Wait, so
He's like Drake. And
so
she's
you and
Lil
Matt
Wayne.
and Corey, right, are all in the same grade?
We were 07.
No, wait,
And-
Corey's 08, right?
Corey's 07.
Oh, so much math.
Oh, this Corey's 09, right?
Me? Oh
Yeah.
09.
Yeah, you're right.
Son.
So I'm 06, you're 07, you're 09.
Yeah,
Shut
and
up.
so is Caitlin's
Yes.
09 as well.
And Kaylin's 09?
Yeah.
Caitlin was in my class, so you probably didn't know her because she was a younger class.
Yeah, that was way too cool for her.
But also because Cody is Usher and she's Justin Bieber, and he made her famous. So good work. Cody.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I do like
Yeah.
what you were talking about though, like with the AOL thing. I think the butterfly effect, like the chaos theory, the butterfly really started flapping when the internet came around because you get online dating without the app. Everything is so different. Like all those connections were made just by swiping left or right, and that adds like another layer to the chaos theory that literally like disproves the chaos theory at that point.
Does AOL
Because
Instant Messenger still
a
exist?
single person's idea. No, not at all.
Is it not?
I bet it exists in some type of form.
Oh, I mean, does the real like
think
the chat rooms and everything that used to exist? I wonder if they exist still. Or
Think
No,
how
I think
important
it got
that was, though.
decommissioned.
That
We
was
did
so
work.
important for like our that was such a big deal. And if you would have asked us in 2004, like, is this ever going to go away? Like, no, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, dude, this is
This
the
is
But then-
future.
efficient as fuck.
but then
They're
text
what
messaging became-
What if cell phone or what if phones could do this? So we're like, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking?
that was
Well,
before
we'll
cell
be-
phones. You come home and get on AOL, be like, I gotta talk to my friends.
You have to be connected to the internet, you fucking asshole. How could
What
you do that on a phone? They stay on walls, you dipshit.
Yeah.
What about this? What about all the people that would get up in the morning and put an away message up? Getting ready for school. Did they
Oh,
wake
yeah.
up, crank into their dial-up fucking modem?
You know for sure that was the early Instagram whore. there was like a hot girl, and she would always put like cool shit on her away message, like wax in my vagina, hit me up. And like that was the early Instagram. Those bitches got up way early because their bandwidth was low. Same with the dudes.
And you couldn't stay logged in, right, on dial-up internet. Eventually, you would get kicked off. So, like, who are they leaving their fucking message up for?
Do you remember looking at pictures on, like, dial-up? It's like they would load one line at a time. Like,
my God.
Oh, dude. When I was doing stand-up, I had a bit about that. You look up titties and hope to God the girl wasn't doing a handstand because it loaded downwards.
Oh, no.
Hey, I've got a good dial-up tip story if you guys want to know.
Yeah, please do.
All right, so I went to Kenton for the first, I think, like kindergarten through 4th grade. Moved to Ridgemont for a couple of years, and then came back to Kenton 7th grade year, like the back quarter of 7th grade. So I come up and hanging out with my friend Taylor, who I kept in touch with, and then my friend Skylar, who also. I didn't know him at the time. We're great friends now, but at the time, like this is like one of the first times I ever met him. So we're staying at Taylor's grandma's house, and Taylor would go on AOL, and he would go into the info, and you would type in like street name, like there was like a whole info page, basically like Facebook info, you know. But he would type in like slut, lesbians, whores, and shit like that, and it would just punch in certain whatever. Those are basically like tags on like YouTube or something, or like a Facebook tag. And those would bring up names, and he would chat with those. He'd be like, hey, what's up, baby? And he had these lesbian photos that he would download off of fucking LimeWire. And those were his photos that he would send out to these people, who were also probably 10-year-old boys, I imagine. But so it's probably 10-year-old boys talking to other 10-year-old boys, and everyone thinks that the other is a lesbian. That's like 21 years old, but...
What was his screen name? Because I lost my virginity to an AOL lesbian. I'd be really upset if it was Taylor.
It was Dr. Funk. If you know any Dr. Funks, but so one night we
I thought that was Mr. Funkhauser.
Dude, one time he sent a photo to a girl, and she said, or girl quotation marks, she said, already had that one. And so, like, it was such a popular photo.
It was like trading cards.
Yeah. So one night though, he's talking to this girl who's apparently a cheerleader, and she just took some photos. And these were actually like really great resolution photos. But it was like if you ever had a photo sent to you on AOL, it took a long time because this was back in the fucking day, baby internet days. So the photo was loading visually down. You could see this red, it was like photo, and then there was a red bar below, and it was slowly going down.
Yeah, one line at a time.
Yeah, I know. And she sent like probably 6 to 10 photos, which was a lot back then.
So it took like one whole day to see her.
It was going to take a long time, but we had an agenda that night where we're going to TP a teacher in Kenton who I didn't even know. So we left
teacher?
with it was he retired. You wouldn't know him actually.
Okay.
We left his name was Rinkus. So we left the house and like at like 2 a.m. and we're like 14 years old, 13 years old probably at this time, and we all leave. I'm carrying like a giant bag of TP. As we go TPing, we got caught by like 2 cop cars, and they took me home. But during this time, the fucking porn is loading, and like over the night. For like hours and hours and hours, all the porn that this girl sent. So you had to be careful. So I got caught by the cop. They took me home. I didn't know where they lived, but my 2 friends, they had to go to Kroger's and laid in the Kroger magazine section, laying on the ground reading magazines until like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. until they decided the coast was clear to go home.
I feel like they would have gotten arrested first. That's so
I didn't know the area, that's so crazy. I got in trouble. They went to Kroger. No one called the cops on these 13-year-old boys, and then they're like, "We got to get
fucking 4 in the morning reading comics."
Yeah, the porn's loading on the computer though. We got to go home and stop the computer before Grandma wakes up and sees it, because Grandma had already caught us once before. Yeah. And so on the way back home, they got caught by the cops as well, and they got super mad at me for ratting them out. I was like, "No, dude, it was like 4 hours later. You can't blame me." But That porn,
Damn.
that porn destroyed our lives. And honestly, it was probably like a 14-year-old boy that sent us some pictures of some cheerleader he found online.
Wait, did you get caught?
I got caught by the cops TPing and got taken home. But I'm not sure.
What about the porn?
I don't know if he got caught with the porn or not. We got caught previously, but I wasn't there for a long time after that. So maybe the second time.
Also, how the fuck
back.
are they so shitty that they got caught like later? The fuck?
It's kind of dude. What else the cops got to do? They don't give a shit about heroin. They just had to pick up that porn.
Window tint, dude.
Window tint get busted twice.
Window tint busted
twice one day. Rim still spinning.
God, yeah, rim still spinning.
Hey, let's set up. We got a little listener jelly, right?
We got listener jelly, but before we get into listener jelly, I have a celebrity write-in I want to talk about. Pretty cool. So I'm a big fan of the show Nathan For You. And apparently, I got drunk like a year ago and a year and a half ago and messaged one of the guys that's on the show. That's like a character on there. And he finally got back to me while I was camping the other day. And I asked him what his favorite movie was. So this is Solomon from the Quiznos episode. If you're a Nathan For You fan, check it out. He's fucking hilarious. But I asked him what his favorite movie was, and he responded, Click by Adam Sandler. So naturally, my demons were awake. But that's okay. Solomon knows why he liked it. So I got back at him, like, could you type me up, like, why you like this movie? Could you explain why? And that is what I'm about to read for you today. Dun, dun, dun. Somebody give me a light background noise.
What'd you say the movie was, by the way?
It was Click.
Oh, shit. I watched that.
Okay, so I said, Solomon, why did you like Click? And he said, I like the movie Click. I like that Adam Sandler can stop and forward life. So, thank you for writing in, brother. And I also asked what he's up to since the show. Since his like debut on the show, he's kind of a reoccurring character, and he is currently working in a restaurant. You're very hilarious. Thank you for writing in the podcast, and I look forward to seeing you on Comedy Central's Nathan For You in the future. Back to you, Cody.
I watched that Nathan For You. It's funny because you mentioned it to me, and one of the ones that really popped out to me was the dumb Starbucks, which I'd heard the story about that before, but I never knew the background of it. I never knew it was part of the show. So
did you watch the show?
I watched that episode.
Like, you watched the episode?
And I was finally able to figure out like what the fuck was going on, because I thought that was really funny when that happened.
Dude,
originally.
He's a genius, right?
I'm so happy I was affiliated. Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan For You is one of the most underrated shows ever, man.
So if you don't know about Dumb Starbucks, he did a 1 day parody thing a 2-day parody of Starbucks where he called everything Dumb Starbucks. It was like a dumb latte, a dumb frappuccino, a dumb grande, and
he got away with it because of parody law.
Well, his attempt was he eventually got shut down because he had no food license, but
But I mean, he got successful by doing it. Like, he got a shit ton of notoriety. People were going there. It was like a successful venture. So if he would have continued pursuing it, Dumb Starbucks could have been a thing. Like,
possibly, yeah.
Is that the only episode you watched, Cody?
That's the only one I got to get around. I did watch a clip where he invited himself to some other people's wedding, and it was so uncomfortable.
Yes.
It hurt
Watch
me.
that whole episode, because that one's genius. But the episode Solomon, or I don't know if he pronounces it Solomon or Salomon, but the episode he's in is where Nathan tries to promote Quiznos through like online dating. So he sends in somebody to promote Quiznos to a blind date. Super fucking funny. Check that out. But let's get into some listener jelly. Today on listener jelly, I said, what is your favorite beer? And James, I would like to ask you that today.
Favorite? I don't know. I mean, I'm a big fan of Sam Adams, but yeah, I would say if we're going by, are you going by brewer or who are we going by, or just a single beer?
Just a beer that you've had once before, and you're like, man, I need to remember to have this again.
I would go with Sam Adams. I like Sam Adams beer. Cody hates them, but I like all the stuff they make. I like their IPA grapefruit. I like their summer summer ale. I like all of them. So Sam Adams Brewing Company is for me.
Cool. I think Cody might hate Sam Adams because they become like the craft beer like mainstream, and apparently I think they still do everything in small batch though. So
if it was me, I'd sell it all day long too.
The biggest thing I dislike about them is they don't do anything great. I would say. Everything is it's like Nickelback.
Everything
is just
works.
kind of safe. It's just
Like,
safe, kind of middle of the road beers.
Well, don't they have a bunch of like specialty stuff that you can only get certain places, can't you? I know they have a beer that you can only buy in like certain areas.
Maybe if you live in Massachusetts, I don't.
Yeah, probably.
But at least
I know
living
they
in
have a bunch
Ohio,
of-
I don't get it.
No, we
But
don't get it.
when you get to like a level of beer enthusiasm that me or other people that are like really into the scene,
Are you saying
I'm not
that
saying
I'm
like
not at your level?
I'm not. I would say that. Yeah, I would safely say that.
Get to my level.
When you become a real beer enthusiast like myself.
But when you're,
I will say, James, you are very young with the beer, and I am excited to see you.
I'm
excited
growing.
to see you blossom.
I'm
Yes.
blossoming.
I'm proud of you.
So,
Hashtag proud.
it's what a lot of people go after. What you would call like whales. It's just special beers. They're once a year. They're really hard to get, and often those beers are so hard to get because they are so good. Now, some of it is hype surrounding that as well. So, like KBS,
Like the Game of Thrones beer.
those are actually kind of easy to get, or at least around here, they kind of sit on the shelf pretty well.
Oh, he's shitting on everybody, isn't he?
He's
But
all over the place, dude.
there's a lot of great beers that are just hard to get, and it's kind of like the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah,
to
it is
try to
fun. It
experience,
is
like,
fun
the-
to hunt for beer. I will say, Cody has a lot more selection where he's from, and luckily Findlay is finally starting to make a beer scene. My local Great Sky is starting to get shit like Aphrodite or Oil of Aphrodite by Jackie O.
Well, Aphrodite, I would classify as like an actual good beer.
Well, it better fucking be good. I paid $12 for it.
It's not one of my favorite though. I'll say
I did like it. I like the
it's good,
nuttiness
but
of it.
yeah, it's not my top tier.
All right,
There's
so let's get into the listener jelly. I didn't mean to cut you off, Cody. I love you.
It's
so
alright.
much.
Yeah, no.
You're such a sweet boy.
You're some
done.
random guy Mackenzie said he's just drinking vodka.
Ooh,
fucking
low carb
real
diet.
quick. This podcast doesn't fuck with Mackenzie. So fuck you,
I guess
dude.
I'll skip that.
No, I'm just kidding. My brother Mackenzie says I just drink vodka because I'm on a low carb diet, but he said it in all caps. So honestly,
Why are you
I'm
shouting?
a little bit. Yeah,
What is
why are you
wrong
so
with you?
mad?
Why are you so angry?
I'm just trying to connect with you, bro. All right, so Kenzie's on a diet. I will say he always rolls up with Tito's vodka.
Oh my!
which-
Is he fucking burnt Chrysler?
yeah. He's Bart Krabsler. I will say
He's a super fat comedian. James,
Bert is
you might know.
I've
so
never heard of
fucking
him.
fat. You probably have seen it by now.
He's
like
the fattest
so fat, like
comedian, fattest working.
Ralphie
comedian.
May fat.
I know who that is. Isn't Ralphie dead though?
Yes.
Yeah, Bert's next. I'm just kidding. That's
Bert's
a little aggressive.
next.
That's a little too much. I'm just
Aggressive.
kidding, Bert. And I'm sorry about Ralphie, but I didn't know him. So on to the next one. A buddy we went to school with is Seth. He said he doesn't drink beer, but if he does drink, it's going to be whiskey, bourbon, or vodka.
I don't
Yeah.
fuck with vodka. I've been getting into bourbon a lot lately.
I do like whiskey a lot.
We went to there's a bar right in the border of Cincinnati in Covington, Kentucky. I can't remember what it's called, but they have 3 years of the what the fuck are they called? Pappy Van Winkle.
Dragon Tales Blu-ray copies.
No, the drink.
That's just me.
They've got the 10-year, the 15-year, and I think the 18-year is what it is. They get pretty pricey, up to like $40 a shot. But we experienced that last summer during the eclipse around. It was fun to try it out and drink it. But bourbon, I never thought I would enjoy it. and now I mean, I think I showed you my Glencairn glasses and gave you a pour probably, but you just kind of just pour it. I like to add a couple drops of water and just kind of try it out.
Yeah, just try it out.
Just try it out.
Try it out.
I have a thing of Maker's Mark in my freezer. I've been thinking about maybe like trying it, see if I could acquire the taste.
The big thing is that like, don't try to shoot it like you're at a fucking college party.
Like a frat party?
Yeah, just
Dude, you gotta do something manly.
Like a big old piece of ice and then just try to sip it, right?
Yeah. If you have a nice big chunk of glass, drink it on ice, sip on it, throw a splash of throw a little bit of orange, squirt some orange juice in there maybe. Make a rum and coke
honestly,
out of it.
So I'm a whiskey man, and I think if you have ice in there, it helps because it teaches you how big of a drink you take. Because if the ice gets too cold,
but you want like a big piece of ice, don't you?
Well, you can't do those
like
cool
one big piece rather than a bunch of little pieces.
I know what you're talking about, and there's a technique to be able to make those at home, but I'm.
You talking about the ball of ice?
Yeah, you just make like
it's like a silicone. It's like a silicone.
Yeah, but you can make it like you want one big piece of ice, not a bunch of little ones, because it melts.
It's something about getting the air bubbles out of the
exactly.
ice,
Exactly. But like the thing is, like once the ice hits your teeth, it kind of reminds you like not to chug, just kind of sip. And that another thing I would recommend. I'm not like top shelf like bourbon barrel brewed and stuff like that just yet, but I do like the naturally flavored whiskeys. And I was telling you, James, about habanero honey, which is very good.
They make a whiskey like that?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about beers.
Oh no, habanero honey whiskey. I think it's made by Bird Dog.
That might be pretty good then.
Yeah, no, it is.
They make habanero beer, and I was like, I had some of that, but I never drank a whole
Bird Dog's a beer. All right.
Brandon, 6 Sense Brewing and burritos. Have not heard at all.
Yeah, so this is essentially his personal shout out. It's in Jackson, Ohio. It's called 6 Sense Brewing and Burritos, like Cody said.
No, I'm sure Jackson, Ohio.
Beer and burritos, dude. It sounds like fun.
Jackson, Ohio. Where is that? It's got to be east side of Ohio, right?
I think he's closer to Nelsonville.
Oh, no, it's fucking south of Columbus. South of Chillicothe. It is close to the border.
Down by Lancaster.
Not Lancaster. I guess kind of. Actually, it's closer to Athens. But yeah, I guess I understand what you mean.
Yeah, he's down that area. So yeah, I would very much enjoy checking that out because Daddy likes burritos and beer. Also, burritos I apologize. So I keep referring to myself as Daddy. I guess that's what I do now.
You might as well be the other Cody when you're from BG. Super weird with his whole daddy thing.
Ew, but they did that for real.
It was so weird and uncomfortable.
Yeah, let's talk about it. He's on this episode.
He commented. He went super generic though.
He's next.
He went super generic and he was like, "Oh, bourbon barrel stouts, IPAs, doubles and triples and sours." Give us some Pacifics, dude.
Give us some goddamn flavor, dude. Give us specifics. Actually, are usually like what do you say?
He went general.
He did give. I do want to read his answer because he did give like a passionate answer.
Yeah, well,
I do see where he's coming from. It is worth a read. So his favorite beers are bourbon barrel stouts, which of course that's what I had today. Oil of Aphrodite, I'd say. IPAs, double and triples as well. And then sours. Sours is an acquired thing. Cody likes sours. That's where that pretentious came in.
Delicious.
Not so much. I think they taste like balsamic vinaigrettes to me.
James, you experienced any sours or no?
No, I have not. Are you talking about like sour like whiskey or like sour like liquor?
Sour beers. Sour beers.
Nope, never. Well, I mean, what would be an example of a sour beer?
If it makes you fucking pucker, dude. Makes you pucker, then that's a sour.
No bueno.
You should give it a shot.
I gotta say, I don't think you'll like him, James. I'm probably not a big fan yet. Cody's a few steps ahead of me though. Code I is a few steps ahead. I guess Code Y could be. I don't keep up with him too much.
Cody likes some crazy beers.
But yeah, Code Y says, I find sours to be more versatile. I can drink them grilling, relaxing, or with food at a bar. I can see that. Usually they do not jump in ABV or AVB. What is that? Alcohol variable.
ABV, but alcohol by volume.
He spelled it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He said usually they're not too high, so you can have multiple in contrast to the other two bourbon barrels, usually 12%. Double IPAs are 9% or higher. Also, Jackie O's Brewery in Athens is my favorite all time. So we do drink a lot of Jackie O's on this podcast. I'm actually like pretty drunk today because of Jackie O's. So thanks a fucking lot. And then, so yeah, thank you, Cody, for writing in. He does have an eclectic beer taste, so we always appreciate people that can describe their taste.
What Cody was that? Was that Code?
You might have met him before.
Oh, different, not the Code.
I don't know. He lived below me. He was my neighbor in Bowling Green.
Yeah. Hey, I would say I'm drinking a Pumpkin. I went classic style. This is actually one of the first craft beers that I really got into.
Wait,
is
you
it
have
pumpkin
right now?
I have a pumpkin. I've been drinking the Pumpkin for the last bit. Yeah.
Really?
It comes in a 4-pack now.
I love pumpkin beer for some reason.
The bombers. Very sugary still.
Shit.
It's incredibly sweet. It's still not a bad beer. 8.6% alcohol. Still good stuff.
Damn, 8.6.
That's pretty hefty.
You'll like it. Yeah.
Normal.
James,
if it's over like
grow out of
6'5", I'm done. I'm like, no.
James, buy Pumpkin next or this week. Buy it tomorrow.
Well, when Code Y gets up here, we'll have to go to the beer store. I'll take a look. Pumpkin is what it's called. What's the can look like? What colors?
It's got a cool ass.
It's from
pumpkin.
Southern Tier. It's got a orange label with Southern Tier logo. It's got like a.
If I see it, I'll get it. Pumpkin.
It's good. It's very sweet and sugary, but it's a good beer. I think
it's a good intro beer, and we come back to it a lot.
It is
because I think it's because it was our awakening. You know,
it is a good intro beer.
Yeah. So then next,
Brady.
Don't let me forget. We still got to get to movie recommendations. We're on the tail end here. We got to hurry this shit up.
Skip that.
Oh well, that's gonna be like a 2-second thing. Our friend Erin, she's an avid listener. Thank you for listening, Erin. She says Michelob Ultras, go fuck yourself.
Oh, wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
She just fucking her out. She goes to Finley Brewing and stuff with me a lot. And then her husband, Lucas, actually said Cloud Scraper because he read this... Cloud Scraper is a beer. And we went to this restaurant and they didn't have draft beer, so I was like a little salty, but then we got there and she's like, we have so much of these Cloud Scraper craft beers that we're just going to give them away for $1. And Lucas is like, see, I told you this place was cool. But yes, we did take advantage of that, so those were delicious.
It does say Cloud Cutter on Facebook though, so
yeah, that's what it is, Cloud Cutter.
You said Cloud Scraper.
Oh, did I? That's my bad.
That's what I was confused.
I think it's a magic card or something. I don't know.
Cloudstone Curio.
Cloudstone Curio. That sounds like an 80s song. Our buddy Brady, he said, he actually gave us a little literature here. He said, God came down from the heavens and gave us a beer. That beer is Edmund Fitzgerald Porter from Great Lakes Brewing. Cody, you know Great Lakes a lot. So what do you say about this beer?
Nah.
I don't like that one either. I drink a lot of Great Lakes beer, and I don't like that one that much.
It's a good starter beer.
That's the IPA, right?
No, it's a porter.
Yeah, and it doesn't taste the greatest, so...
Actually...
I just read that, too.
I have to look it up. I haven't had it for a long time.
I haven't either, but
what's that? Commodore Perry. Commodore Perry's the IPA.
No, that is a golden.
That's an IPA,
I believe.
Commodore Perry is IPA.
It's been a long time since I've had them.
I think it has to be. You probably think they're dog shit now.
I heard Bourbon Barrel Blackout Stout is not bad, but other than that, so I bought some Alchemist last time we recorded, actually, or Chill Wave, bro. Formerly Alchemist.
Ooh, I like Chill Wave.
It's Chill Wave's not that great. Lake Erie Monster I used to enjoy.
I fucking hate Chill Wave.
I feel like they changed Lake Erie Monster at one point, and it's not as good as it used to be. I've had the Blackout Stout, and it's not that great, but I heard there is a bourbon aged version of that, which is pretty good, but I've never had that. So,
what's the Nosferatu one? The red ale.
That's a red IPA, and that's not that bad.
I like that beer.
What's
that called though?
Nosferatu. That is. Yeah, that's like the OG vampire film of the 1930s or whatever.
He's pre-Dracula.
Yeah, pre-Dracula. It's like a really weird creature that they created for that. If you lined up all the easy to get Great Lakes Brewing Company beers, I would go with Nosferatu. If I had to, obviously the one I would try that I've never had, I think it would definitely be the bourbon aged blackout stout. But other than that, no, I'll pass on. Their beer's just not that great. I hate to say it, but they don't compete with the rest of Ohio.
Well, they set up camp and they called themselves Great Lakes, which was a genius marketing move. So they do have big shoes to fill. I will say a few of their beers are pretty dope. I like Commodore Perry, but only when like Truth, Rheingeist isn't around, or like Juice Bigelow, like shit like that. So it's what Sam Adams used to be for me, is what Great Lakes is now. Sorry,
possibly,
James.
yeah.
So much.
Yeah. I can say something or James is in. Bell's does a lot more better beer, and is probably as big or possibly bigger, maybe, of Great Lakes. I'm not really sure about the distribution, but Bell's is really big. Great Lakes is pretty big now. Bell's just cranks out better beer.
Yeah, and I do like that you're into the hoppiness.
I used to hate
like
IPAs
the bitter.
too.
Right? What year? When did you switch to IPA?
I don't know. I remember Cody's like, you should. Cody, the one we're talking to right now, was like, you should try some of this beer. And I'm like, dude, I hate IPAs, and I just started drinking them. I'm like, I acquired it, so. I don't know.
And now it's like I'm a bitter hunter. I'm a hop hunter.
A hop hunter?
Yeah, hop hunter. And then next we have the all-time favorite college beer, King Cobra.
Oh no!
I remember
King
Cobra. Did you ever have a King Cobra, James?
No, I mean Lucas used to drink all the time, but ugh.
Oh, I was Lucas's roommate in college.
You probably
what was your go-to beer, James?
Oh, yeah.
James, what did you drink at the old Kensington Avenue?
Oh, I was a Kingston guy. Everybody used to like Natty, and I hated Natty. I was a Kingston, or not Kingston. I was a big King. Oh, God dang it! Say it again. Keystone. I was a big Keystone fan. Everybody used to drink Natty, and I used to drink Keystone. Remember, I was a Keystone guy for like Halloween.
I forgot my Kings.
Yeah, my Kings are here.
In my pocket.
I was a Keystone guy for Christmas.
You're a
Jesus Halloween.
You're a classic impersonator. Yeah, you did. You really crushed that.
I did. Dude. I tore it up. I had a fake mustache. I had everything.
If you don't care, that's gonna be your thumbnail for this.
Oh,
episode.
dude, do it. That'd be sweet.
Oh, please.
I threw my case all over your house too. I was like, I'm here.
Dude, it's so funny. James walks in. He's like, I don't know. We said some sort of Keystone, like Keystone is here, and the case.
Well, it was soggy.
Wait, no, guys, we already talked about this.
Oh, we did. You did.
That's all right. It doesn't matter.
The
case got soggy, and the fucking case burst open all over my apartment.
Yep, all the beers just flew away. And I was like, and then I just walked it off. I was like, oh, that wasn't that smooth. And we picked them all up.
So you just carried around an empty box the rest of the night.
It was way lighter. I feel like we've done. This is like deja vu right now.
You're goddamn right.
Oh, it is. It's exactly deja vu, and we've only had like 14 episodes. That's fine. People are really getting to know us at our roots.
Goddamn. We're to start getting like deep in person.
I don't know if they remember from that story after James dropped them all and he said that's not very smooth. I walked in and then like everybody just started like trying to grab my dick. It was like a zombie apocalypse. I was
crazy.
Women in the face. And it wasn't illegal because they were attacking me first.
I remember that.
I hit James in the face. I'm like, smooth this, bitch.
You and your Daddy Warbucks costume,
which nobody got.
I remember you had to explain it to me. I still had no clue.
I'm gonna post that in the comment section. Somebody's gonna get that costume. All right. Let's wrap this up because I do want to get to the casserole. Well, that's it. Then Mackenzie, my fucking brother, Kidsy said, not your dad's root beer. Because your dad wasn't around, you never got to try it.
Do you remember that root beer that like
sick roast? I hope you're happy.
Whatever happened to that stuff? It's like not your dad's root beer or hard root. It's like that was a big thing for like 10 seconds, and now it's all gone.
I'm glad it's over, dude. This shit's bullshit.
It was small production. It's actually a malt. It's not even a beer. Actually, it's like Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah, but I remember it used to be such a big deal for like
it was huge.
10 seconds. Is it still around? Can you still buy it?
Yeah, it's around, and actually they made
it's more popular now than ever.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit! Wow.
They have not your father's cola, not your father's Mountain Dew, not your father because your mom fucked the mailman.
Ooh.
They have it all, dude.
Oh shit!
I just want to note my mom.
They got
not
pretty
fuck
personal,
man. I was doing a bit. We lived in the country. We didn't even have mailmen.
UPS driver.
But yeah. It's like a big thing now. It's all over the place.
It's always been too
when
short.
it first came out, it was on like Beer Advocate as like must try beer and shit.
I think it's really fun for people that aren't into beer. It's one of those.
It's one of those.
It's actually
like the pumpkin.
It's not beer though, but yeah.
Hey, Dad, look at me. Think back and talk to me.
Did I grow up according to playing?
Wow.
Dude, the new girl
Back
at
to
my
memory
work,
lane.
Dude, she's into Simple Plan right now, and I was like, bitch, what? Like she always requests Simple Plan to play. Like
Who gets a Simple Plan on fucking 2018?
30 years later? What the fuck? That's like you and I get into the fuck, I don't know, Elvis right now. Like, have you guys heard of Elvis?
He's a big deal.
No, it'd be
He
like
is nothing but a hound dog.
it'd be like Stone Temple Pilots or something, right? It'd be like, man, I'm really getting a Stone Temple Pilots.
Have you guys heard of him? Yeah. If you say that, like, have you guys heard of Stone Temple Pilots?
Hey, so
Actually, there's really no way to compare this. It's just crazy that you just got into Simple Plan. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Hey, so I just checked in a beer, and it was I want to say that I'm actually really. Oh my god, I'm not quite there. I'm 5 away. I'm at 995 different beers, so I'm 5 away currently.
Oh, by next episode, you will be at 1,000. I imagine.
Maybe. I've been buying a lot of the same shit over the past couple years now, so my numbers have slowed way down. But I mean, I could go to a single brewery and drink 5 different beers.
Clock out. Yeah.
I'm such a bitch. Yeah. But you guys,
did you rate Beer 30 on there?
beer. Is that a beer
Beer 30
that we've had?
I don't know if you guys have had it, but it was like a thing in Ohio for a hot second. It was called Beer 30. It was a 30-pack of beer for like 12 cents. And
I remember that shit. It was like blue or something.
It tasted like peanut butter and jelly.
It was literally the can said Beer 30. Or the can just said beer.
So
yeah.
I went to Europe when I was in college for college credit.
Oh, I'm Cody. I've been to Europe.
I just want to say,
fancy.
So we were outside of Florence. We're on the mainland. Not like, it was kind of near Rome, sort of, but it was off the coast of Florence on the mainland, though. And we bought a 12-pack of champagne for $2.40 in euro, which at the time was probably $4. So 12 bottles of champagne for $4. Imagine that.
How tall were the bottles?
They were just champagne bottles.
Oh shit!
I guess they were like wine. They were like wine bottles, at least.
Regardless,
it wasn't.
If it wasn't like 2 6-packs, I'm still blown away.
It was. So we had a room full of people, and this is like our first night, and we cracked open a bottle and drank out of it, and passed bottle after bottle after bottle, until we were. I'm not, dude. I woke up with the worst fucking headache, and then had a 5-hour bus ride the next day.
Oh.
And oh my god.
How old were you? Were you 21?
I was
20.
Wait,
it's 18.
I was 20 at the time. But here's the shit. That hotel had beer in the fucking vending machine downstairs. That's how lax
open they
the
were.
laws are there. They don't give a shit.
Good.
It's not a big
probably
deal.
The way it should be.
So like for people to drink there, it's not a thing. But man, dude, the worst headache I've ever had. But just thinking about buying like a whole bunch of cheap alcohol for a stupid price. Yeah, 12 shitty bottles of champagne.
Dude, it's funny you said that. My buddy Aaron and I, he owns a gym in Kenton. You guys should go to that instead of the Anytime Fitness that's showing up. So go to
fuck
Iron
them for
Fit.
trying to fuck
Wait,
us.
Anytime
Fuck
Fitness is
Anytime.
coming to Kenton?
Fuck your couch, Anytime
Fuck
Fitness.
you, Anytime.
But they got pizza.
Fuck you. Fuck you,
Their whole
Kobe.
thing is go to the gym anytime. Good luck getting to the gym when I catch the road on fire in front of it.
You fucking job
Fuck
ass
you,
turkeys.
Anytime. But anyways, what were we just talking about? Oh, I just got really fired up. And I lost my train.
talking about Aaron.
of thought.
You were talking
And,
about terrorist
yeah,
attacks
drinking.
on city streets?
6 ounces or 12 ounce packs.
Oh, okay. So Aaron and I, my buddy Aaron and I, we stayed in the Virgin Islands and we worked as horse tour guides. I know what you're thinking, Corey. You're pretty sexy. How could you be a horse tour guide? Well, let me just say, I was the hottest horse tour guide that year. Well, anyways, we were on our way back to the U.S. from the Virgin Islands, which the U.S. owns, unfortunately. And the drinking age there was 18, and alcohol was insanely cheap. Like, we bought big bottles of vodka for $2. Giant bottles of, like, high-proof vodka. So we're like, okay, we're going to throw a party when we get home. Let's just put this in our luggage. And we put... like these big fucking 2 liters of vodka in our luggage, and we got caught by customs. And they're like,
shit.
"What the fuck are you doing?" And we're like, Aaron was like,
We're like, it's
"We're
duty
legal."
free.
Yeah, he's like, "We're legal. We're 21 here." And she's like, "Bitch, do you really want to get home and have me arrest you?" I'm like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We are caught. We are foiled."
How old
Give
you
her
say
the
you were?
alcohol. We were like 18.
Oh,
So
and
that in that area we could drink. In
How
the
weird
Virgin
is that?
Islands we could drink.
you're allowed.
What's
That was totally okay for you to have in the Virgin Islands. But as soon as
Oh,
you
dude,
cross
we
over
got fucked up
the
all
border,
day in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, but it's like any
Listen.
airport. You have to buy duty-free alcohol.
Yeah.
What do you mean duty-free
What?
alcohol?
What do you mean?
Like when
11?
you travel abroad, you have to buy duty-free.
No, but
Oh,
we're talking about how just like the fact that he was underage on one side of the border.
Yeah,
and then
but
as
they
soon as
were
you cross the
busting because you can't just take alcohol from where he was to the United States. I mean, eventually, if you would have got over there, you got busted for underage.
No,
possession.
I will
Right.
say not on that.
But the
because,
odds of us getting over there would have been hard.
Yeah.
Because they found it on the X-ray.
Yeah,
some woman, so a woman that we were with, the very first place we went to, she got a gun-shaped glass bottle of wine, literally like a shotgun-sized bottle.
Oh shit!
I guess not literally a shotgun size because it fit in her suitcase, but it barely fit in her suitcase. And she bought
But
it.
it came up as a fucking gun.
Well, I don't. She bought it at the first place, and she carried it on the entire trip. And we had flights in between. We went on trains. Like her bag went through X-rays. She wrapped it. And she took the toilet paper rolls from the first places we stayed at and wrapped it. She put those around the barrel, or in, I guess the entire shape of the gun, and carried it with her. And we landed back in Detroit, and she never got stopped. So
No shit.
she-
Damn.
I mean, she was obviously
scary.
like, over drinking age, but it was God damn, it was like a fucking experience. I was like, that's gonna shatter and destroy our clothes with red wine. But I guess
What
I don't know,
I'd
maybe-
be more worried about is the X-ray saw it and it looked
Yeah.
like a gun.
Well,
That is
it wasn't like
exactly what I would.
it was gun shaped. I'm not sure how glass would show up on an X-ray exactly, like compared to like a metal.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So I don't know. I'm not an X-ray expert.
Well, I don't know. You could see
I'm sure-
like,
I'm sure it showed
corn
up.
in somebody's asshole.
Yeah,
on an
I'm sure.
X-ray.
I'm sure it showed up, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it show up as.
I don't know how it looked. All right, dude. Let's get to Cody's casserole. I gotta call this shit at night. It's fucking late.
God damn, dude. We're never
we-
gonna get this casserole.
Let's get straight to the casserole. Go for it. Let's do
Oh
it.
god damn. All right, so we got a bunch of baked noodles for this casserole.
What's
ramen.
up, bitch? We've been promising our listeners this casserole for a while. It's finally ready, baby.
Hey, here's my casserole with all my baked noodles for you. Vertical video.
Boo!
Boo. Fuck it, dude. What is going on? Like, I feel like
It shouldn't even
we
be
as
allowed.
we as a society should be past this point, right? To,
Yes, you should.
like, it's understood that you should not have, unless you have to take video right away, then why the fuck are you taking vertical video? Like, I get, like, okay, if fucking Bigfoot jumps out the fucking road and you're like, oh shit, gotta film this right now. I understand. But if it's like a average day, oh hey, I'm gonna film my fucking cousin on a slip and slide. Why is your phone vertical? Just don't do it.
Why can't the software be good enough to change the aspect for you?
Honestly, your phone should stop you from filming vertically. How about
the phone
that?
should know. It should just automatically take 16:9 landscape.
No, the phone should just.
It should say something shitty too, like, "Are you sure you want to film vertical?
Are you sure you want to be a dick
You fucking
face?
dog
Are you
cunt?
sure you want to lose 600 followers today?"
The phone should say, "You dog cunt." Turn the phone sideways, and it should be black screen with that text. It
Oh,
should not
I like
be
your style, dude. No mercy. You dog.
You can't do
cunt.
it. You can't do it.
What the fuck are you doing?
The phone should have a built-in taser and just tases you until you turn it sideways.
If you watch the news and they always show like user footage, they have to put in those blurs, which is like an extended frame of the vertical video because people are watching it on TV.
Which who
sucks,
designed
too.
that?
yeah,
Oh
it
my
just makes
God.
it blurry on the
Just,
edge.
just drag the video, you fuck.
No,
What the
because that
fuck?
will stretch it out and make it look stupid.
Well, okay, we are evolved enough to figure something out other than playing the same video just
There's no
blurred
way because
beside it.
you can't destroy the.
They should
the
just
ratio.
crop it because you don't need to see like 14 feet of their legs. You need to see like the action shot.
Well, you don't know what they're filming exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but those film people watch it.
The fucking.
We have the technology.
Enhance.
All right, how about this? Put the burden on the fucking citizens. of America.
Enhance.
We live in America, home of land of the free, home of the fucking brave. Turn your video sideways. Don't be a fucking.
Have you
bitch.
seen CSI, dude? They can enhance off a guy's contact lens.
It
There could be
irritates me.
Yeah.
There could be zero cameras around. They're like, "Wait, Jeff, did you see it? All right, let's enhance on his contact."
No,
lens."
you can't do that. How
Dude, there's no camera. Enhance. Oh, there it is.
just to let you know that's
Enhance.
not real life.
Enhance.
All right, here's another fucking noodle for you, fucks.
If you don't understand something, just say enhance.
Steak fries. How about this? Fucking steak
Fuck
fries.
you.
No, I don't.
Fuck
you
you,
don't like
dude.
steak fries? I don't get it.
No, I've never been in a situation where I've been given steak fries where I would rather not. I would every time I've been offered steak fries. If you would give me the options, I would have said, okay, I'd rather have curly fries. I'd rather have tater tots. I'd rather have fucking straw fries.
You'd rather have tater tots
Yeah,
over
I
steak
mean,
fries?
I would take
Fuck
the other
yes, every
straws.
goddamn day. Fuck steak fries.
Fuck you.
Steak
Fuck
fries.
you, dude.
Here's
Tater
the-
tots
I
are
would take
gay
the other
shit.
style fries, but I'm not going to be like, I don't want any fries over
Here's
steak
what
fries.
a steak fry. A steak fry is a undercooked piece of potato with a fake ass skin on it. How about that?
You ever dipped it in mayonnaise, motherfucker?
That sounds
I've
racist
dipped
for
it in
some reason.
everything, and that's the only way to
Yeah.
consume them.
You ever dipped it in Soul Glow?
So low.
So-
That's pretty close to racism. But I love every race. The hand of friendship has no cover.
You know what I don't love is fucking steak fries.
Fuck you, dude. What are your favorite fries, though? Side note.
Give me
And
a curly
also,
fry.
how did? Wait, real quick. Okay, here's your question of the day, Cody. What's your favorite type of fry, and how do you feel about Fazoli's? James, I'm going to ask you next. Be prepared.
Oh my God, Fazoli's! I haven't been there in a long time.
All right. Well, I have fond memories of Fazoli's actually, because that's where we went when my parents were getting divorced. So
Oh my
you.
god.
Getting
Thank you
deep,
for bringing
Jesus.
that up. Thank you for bringing up
Getting
memories that I've
deep.
literally not thought of for a
I
decade.
honestly,
Well,
thought,
and that's a
how
wrap.
could
That's a
Fazoli's
wrap.
offend anybody? And you just answered my question. Oh, well, that's how bad Fazoli. I don't even know. I don't even want to say
Unlimited
that.
breadsticks.
We'll
We
see
should
you.
go there.
We'll see you next week, guys.
My sister called it
All right.
raviolis, and the family is falling apart. Jesus Christ, goddamn, dude.
Well, I'm upset at Fazoli's like a regular fat person would be because they limited how many unlimited breadsticks you get. You only get one now.
Well, this is the early 2000s. It was unlimited.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Welcome to the future. Fazoli's only offers one.
Unlike
Now,
the
I have
amount
a-
of love my parents had for each other.
Oh my god, dude. James, how do you feel about Fazoli's, James?
Oh, there was
Did
another,
your parents get divorced there or Applebee's?
What was the other question before that? Though? I mean, it got so dark so quick. I can't remember what the other question was too.
Fucking dude, rebirth. The first question. It was about beer. I remember that.
Was it? I can't remember. I mean, when it comes to Fazoli's, I mean, I thought I liked it, but it sounds like I fucking hate it. And I mean,
I fucking
it
hate
wrecks
Fazoli's,
homes and
dude.
shit, dude. I'm glad it's out of business, or is it even around still? Fuck Fazoli's.
Dude, what was their mascot? Like a
A fucking tomato?
a
yeah,
noodle?
and he sucked too.
Well, anyways, my favorite cut of fries is Rally's.
that was the
French
first question. The
fries.
fries. I like the shoestring fries that are extra crispy. But anyway, and fuck Fazoli's.
Cool.
Yeah,
Fuck Fazoli's.
Give me the string fries, yeah. I'll enjoy that.
I mean, but I won't turn down a steak fry.
I'm not going to turn down a steak fry. Actually, I would like to try and make my own steak fry that you would enjoy.
Here's the thing. No.
The goal of the rest of my life.
Would you sell it
I'm
at
going to
Fazoli's?
take you guys to a restaurant, and I'm going to give you
Never.
steak fries, and you're going to take the steak. You're going to taste that steak fry, and it's going to be raw potato, basically. And this is very
wait, so you know why they're called steak fries? Because you're supposed to eat it with a big, fat, juicy steak, and then stop up it all with the fries.
Well,
and
the
dip
thing
it.
is, though, how
He
often
knows
do
it.
you get that with a steak? No. You get those with every fucking meal almost.
Dude, you've never been to Outback, and it's just breaking my fucking heart because their steak fries are...
Yeah, why were you ordering steak fries at Fazoli's, which is a shitty Italian home wrecking
I didn't say
restaurant?
that. Fucking that was cool.
Which is a goddamn... Dude, I heard Fazoli's use dog meat.
Ooh. You know,
If it's good, then
I'd
I'll
try
fucking
dog
eat
meat
it.
if somebody gave it to me. Not gonna
I'll
lie.
eat,
I would try
I'll
it
eat some
once.
dog meat.
I would try it
Yeah,
just
as
see what
long
it
as
tastes like.
as long as my dogs don't know about it. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, look away.
Like Cooper's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
Don't worry about it. Brother. Wait, watch Isle of Dogs before you try dog meat. It might change your decision.
Uh-oh.
Also, my dog Skip. Also, Marley and me. Oh my god.
All the
Jesus,
dog
got pretty emotional there.
Oh, this one, I use it what experiences, but the bike trail. I like to ride a little bit of bicycle, and the fucking people on the bike trail might be the most retarded folks I've ever come across in my life.
Why?
I like that you still said folks. Very nice.
Yeah, you went totally anti-politically correct with retard, and then you went straight to folks.
Straight
Well,
to
just 'cause,
folks.
like,
Cancel it
alright,
out.
so
Nice
it's like,
1950s vibe.
It pissed me off so much on the. So first off, it's a bike trail. Now, I understand like walking and running as well. Do your thing.
I don't.
But respect the rules of the fucking bike. People will be like, all right, I have to run beside who I'm hanging out with. No, you don't. You don't have to. You can run behind them. They can hear you perfectly
dude,
fine.
yeah, I have an
fucking
opinion
guarantee.
on this. Yeah.
And then
continue.
not only that, but they'll be like, well, we got 3 people, so we better run 3 fucking abreast. And then you yell at them, you say, you have to scream at your lungs all throughout the trail on your fucking left. And those people will be like, I'm not going to fucking move. No, get the fuck over it. And if you're on a bicycle too, do not ride side by side with someone on a bicycle. Just don't fucking do it. There's zero need to. And
Wait,
you take up
no.
2/3 of the lane. Dude, don't do it. Don't do it.
No, just keep your eyes peeled for other traffic and assume the position when that happens.
Well,
if you and I were going on like a cross-city trip, I'd like to ride beside you.
No,
you know?
dude, I'd ride right behind you and shout at you. That's the best way to do it. That's the safest
I
way
have
to do it.
hearing problems. We talked about that.
You're going to have to fucking turn up that hearing aid while we're riding.
Looks like
And
bike
also
is
this, too.
not for you.
How about this too? Also,
Oh
just
my
runners
God.
in general. People will be
You filthy
running,
bitch.
and people will get to their destination. Like, well, I made it to my marker where I like to turn around, so I'm gonna take a zero fucking look, 180-degree turn across the lanes without ever looking. Oh my god, dude! So many accidents I've fucking barely avoided because of people doing this. It is fucking nuts. It drives me nuts.
Sounds like you should just stay home and be fat.
Don't do it. Don't run and do a fucking 180 when you get to your
Right.
spot. Look over your shoulder. Just at least a second and just see if it's clear before you do it. Because
So this pisses me off on the trail. I agree with what you're saying.
I'm trying to
You're
pass
talking
people,
about,
and then
you're
people
talking
wear
about
headphones.
like a passing
this
thing.
is like a passing situation where, I mean, obviously, like if you're on a bike, you're gonna be passing runners unless it's fucking Usain Bolt and you suck dick at bicycling. But people
Two
are all
opposites there. I like it.
just like look over your shoulder. Also, if you have headphones on too, don't ride in the middle of the lane because so many people have headphones on now, and I don't like. I understand it. Like listening to music is nice while you're riding or running, but you need to understand that you need to hear like the rest of the fucking area around you.
Wait,
So,
you don't use headphones?
I normally don't wear headphones.
What do you do?
I like to listen to like my surrounding area.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
How do you have
get,
fun
like,
doing that?
So occasionally I'll play my speaker out loud on my phone,
I do that too. I do that.
but
As long as you're not alone in silence.
but just like if so many people are running or riding with headphones on and you creep up on them, and pass them, and they act like it's such like the biggest deal, or they're so cunty about it. No, just
I have to ride. I ride the streets, unfortunately.
I
that
ride
has
the streets.
proven. Luckily, Findlay is starting to designate streets for bike riders, and they're paving them and writing all kinds of rules for bike riders, which is cool. Unfortunately, that's brand new, so I have rode like through town kind of thing. So I don't run into people a lot. I'm usually the asshole if I do.
I've
but
stopped
the other
riding
day
on a bike trail recently.
You stopped?
I used to ride one on hard road near my house, but it's like people drive 50 miles an hour, 50 mile an hour on it,
yeah,
and they don't get over. It could be 2 lanes.
It's scary too. I almost got hit 3 times this week.
Think about how many times people hold a door open for you guys, right? All the time, right? If you're going to a spot, if you're close nearby, people will hold the door for you. That's a normal thing, correct? That's not just
because it's like an instant thing.
People on fucking when they're driving beside the bike lane, they do not give a fucking shit about you, and it astonishes me because I'll go down this road.
You've been saying this for years.
This is a 4-lane road, and it's 50 miles an hour. With sometimes an occasional turn lane, so sometimes you can say it's 5-lane, but it's a 4-lane road with bike lanes. So the bike lane, I'm not sure exactly. Like, you might measure it out. It might be 6 foot or whatever. Usually at that speed, distance width is more. It's wider than what you think, but you're riding on it, and there could be. So there's like a lane right beside the bike lane, like shoulder to shoulder, like right side of your car, my left shoulder on the bike lane, and people will not get over. And it's not like they didn't have a chance to get over. There could be just that one car and no one fucking around them, and they'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to just ride right beside this bicycle when I don't absolutely need to. And just you figure out how many people on cell phones now, how many people don't fucking pay attention. I mean, James, you got fucking rear-ended for no reason recently, right?
Well, that was on the interstate. I was in traffic. Yeah, but people don't pay attention. She was like texting. She's like, oh, no,
for zero fucking reason. Yeah, I mean, zero reason for people to.
If I was on a bike, I'd have a much worse time than I did.
But you should not have been rear-ended if people would have been
a lot more.
Yeah, if people paid attention, I wouldn't have got rear-ended.
If people were doing their fucking responsibility as a citizen of the United States.
I will say, right before we started recording, like less than a half hour before that, I almost got in my first car accident, and it was 100% my fault. So, there was this guy turning in my road, and I was looking north, and he was turning towards me, and apparently the car behind him was going the exact same speed. So I pulled out in front of him, and then there was a car going equally as fast right behind it, and I almost...
Damn, dude.
That would have been... it would have fucked me up. I would have gotten hurt, I think.
Damn, dude.
There go fast. But I just pretended it didn't happen and drove away in the other direction so they couldn't yell at me.
That's up for this. I got Turkish Delight up in here.
Ew, those look gross.
Did you guys like anyone else read the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Yeah, Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
No. I saw the first movie, though.
Nope.
James, you didn't read that in school?
No. I don't like reading.
Oh, fuck, man.
I don't either. I did like Hatchet.
We made videos and movies and shit.
Did you watch the movie?
No.
Oh, my God.
No. I never will.
Never will. Unless you guys... You should do a review of it, then I'll listen to that. But that's it.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, it might not be good, but Edward is one of the 4 kids that go into the wardrobe into Narnia, which is like this magical sort of a snow land where there's a witch and a lion. But Edmund, I believe is his name, sells out the rest of his siblings for Turkish delight. And this book was written...
Aren't even that good.
Yeah, well, first off, I don't know what a Turkish delight is. And when I read this book as a kid, I was under the impression I would eventually figure out what a Turkish delight is. I figured,
and I would eventually sell my own family out because it's that good.
I would eventually, yeah.
I felt that same way. I'm like, I can't wait to run into one of these.
I'd have a Turkish delight at one point. That's like a common adult thing.
Yeah.
People drink cocktails, they go to parties, and they have fucking Turkish delight. No.
Turkish delight.
I've never had it. I've never come across it. I don't even know what it fucking is. Does it come in a bowl? Does it come in a stick? Is it
So
fucking
real
pudding?
quick,
What is Turkish delight?
You're gonna
And how-
fucking hate
and how-
Turkish delight.
How good is Turkish delight that you sell out your fucking families to a frost witch? What the fuck?
Turkish delight equals $1 million. I don't even think I'd sell my family to a frost witch for $1 million. James, how much would I have to give you to sell your entire family to a frost witch?
How much Turkish delight? Let's be real.
mean,
Like, how much Turkish delight?
What
would
do you
sell
mean
your
frost
family?
witch? Like cast frost?
She has
bolt and
has
stuff?
frost powers. She can freeze shit. She's
How much-
basically.
So I gotta
she's
sell
basically
my family
Sub-Zero.
to him?
How much is Courtney
Yeah.
worth? Let's just go. Look, we'll just easy.
Would you trade Courtney for a Turkish delight if I didn't tell you what it was? You have
bowl
no
of Turkish
idea what
delight.
it is.
A bowl of Turkish
You're
delight.
like, yeah, here's a bowl of Turkish delight. You have no idea what it is. It could be laced with cocaine.
Probably not, because they would return her as soon as they found out that she didn't do anything.
No shit.
And they'd be like, I want my
Yeah,
money back.
see?
I'm like, I'm not prepared for this.
I was not prepared. Well, see, you made the right decision because Turkish delights are bullshit. You know those shatter sugar brittle things?
Yeah.
Those are kind of fun to suck on. I don't say that very
Wow.
Is that
often.
a hard
Take
time?
it
Those
easy.
are really fun to suck on. If you guys are looking for something fun this summer to suck on, get those little shatter sugar.
Sponsored by Shattered Sugar. The funnest thing to suck on.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna get back to Turkish delights. I will not lose that, but I have emailed MeUndies over 16 times this week to get that sponsorship. So,
What are they,
Those
MeUndies?
motherfuckers.
Why do you want me undies?
Because I love
Dope
their
as
fucking
shit,
product.
Have you tried Duluth?
I'm interested. What is that?
New
It's
sponsor.
it's another underwear company that sells underwear that they name hilariously.
All right, is it like microfiber or micromodal?
I don't know.
Made from
They
beach
name their
tree?
underwear like ball bag or some stupid like
Oh,
ball
okay.
hugger.
Well, fuck. Maybe I'll sponsor those guys, MeUndies.
You should text them because they're hilarious. They're like, try
I
our new
will.
ball. Like one of their pants. Like what was it? One of their pants or underwear was called ballroom pants. Like ballroom as in like
Oh,
dance
that's
hall,
good.
but it would really
That's
meant like
good.
there's rooms for your balls. And I was like, yeah, you're funny, Duluth.
What'd you call it? Duluth?
Duluth is what they're called.
How you spell that?
Duluth is on
DLUTH?
fire.
Yeah, Duluth.
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 Here's your free fucking sponsorship, Duluth. I'm about to buy
Get
your
up
underwear,
on it.
motherfucker.
Hit us up next
MeUndies.
time, Chief.
Waiting on you, baby.
No,
Also,
MeUndies is
Dollar
out.
Shave
Ballroom
Club.
underwear's in.
Dollar Shave Club, you're next, motherfucker. I've been using your product for 3
Oh, are you still
years.
shaving that dome, or is that you going back to the Ring of Fire?
Oh, no,
God,
I'm...
way to be a
I
fucking rude fucker.
Oh, what?
How dare you?
How dare me?
No, I keep this bitch clean, and thanks to the ever-changing heads on my razor supplied by Dollar Shave Club, my head has never looked shinier. Dollar Shave Club, where a kid could be a kid.
Did you just give him free promotion?
Really shitty one, but it's as good as that, but more accurate. Fuck with me, Dollar Shave Club. Back to Turkish Delights. It's basically that sugar brittle coated in that like light cocaine, but it's like a jelly version of that. It's
never
dog
had-
shit. It's dog shit.
Never had one, but it sounds horrible.
The only thing I would see selling your family for is if that powdered sugar was cocaine. Other than that, the Chronicles and Narnia Kid's a goddamn psychopath. Done.
So not good enough to sell your whole family. I like it.
No.
How
Now,
about
steak
this?
fries, though. I'd kill my brother for those.
Smoking at a gas station. What the fuck is wrong with people? I
Well,
see it.
it's not going to catch anything on fire, so I don't know what your problem is.
Wait, excuse me?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
the
Excuse me.
Gasoline's auto ignition point is not as hot as a cigarette butt. So, Mythbusters, dude, it was on an episode, and you didn't watch it?
No, but we're talking people pumping gas while smoking a cigarette.
I mean, smoking's bad for you, but you're fine if you do it. It's not a
Wait,
big deal.
you mean to tell me if I put my cigarette in front of a nozzle of gas, it wouldn't catch?
It's not going to catch the gas on fire. It might catch the vapors on fire, but you just got to wait till they go out. Don't pull the gas nozzle out and spray it around like a clown. You'll be all right.
Well, how many
Just
people?
let go-
how many
let go of the
people light the
gas?
nozzle on fire and don't spread it around like a clown?
About like 2%.
Shit, dude. I swear.
Exactly.
Every
No, people's
video
like,
I
oh,
see-
I got the
like-
nozzle. I finally pull it out and hold the trigger down. This is the only way to put it out.
Every
I
person
fucking hate
see
those
that,
numbers, James.
Every person I
hate
see
those
that
numbers.
lights it on fire, they always pull the nozzle out.
Yeah, well, moral of the story is your cigarette butt's not going to light gas on fire. It'll light the vapors on fire. If it does, leave your nozzle, insert it in your vehicle. Do not pull it out and
Yeah,
panic.
they won't do that. They won't do that though. So.
Okay,
Also,
then don't
if
smoke.
you-
Don't smoke around the gas tank.
Wait, you should quit smoking. Coming from like a 4-year smoker.
Yeah, well, don't do that.
Also-
Smoking's bad.
Also, if you're buying Black and Milds because you think it's not smoking, you're still smoking.
That
So
sounds
stop
like
that
is
too.
that coming from experience or that sounds pretty personal?
That's coming from directly me. I'm like, I'm only smoking 2 Black and Milds a day. I'm not a smoker. Nah, bitch, you still smoking. Learn from me. That being said, you're telling me if I pulled my gas nozzle out and kept hold of it, that will continue. But if I let go, it's like cutting the fuel off. It's game over, right?
it'll
You're
just-
supposed
the
to let
fumes
it
will just
into your
burn. It's
car.
not going to travel down the hose and explode the gas station. You'll be fine.
But so many people, when they light their shit lights on fire, they pull it out. And
They pull it
becomes a
out with the
flamethrower
nozzle
at
down,
that
and then they
point.
spin in circles because like this is the only thing that makes sense to me. And then the whole gas station's on fire, and then at that point you're just doomed. But if you
Yeah,
if you
it's
ever
game
touch your
over.
gas, if you ever touch your nozzle and it's static electricity sparks, or you're smoking a fatty or something and catches on fire, just leave it in there, walk away, or just smother it with your shirt or something. You'll be all right.
So I'm going to stand by my point and getting
Yeah,
mad at
cool.
people that smoke out of a gas station because the majority of people don't do that. So it fucking
When's the last time you see
bothers
somebody
me.
smoking at a gas pump? I haven't even
Every
seen
fucking
somebody...
day.
No
I drive by a
way.
gas station. No, I swear
All
to God.
the time.
Do you
All the
really?
time.
Pay attention.
I see the
Pay
gas
attention
station
to other
attendants do it.
Nah, well, yeah, smoking nearby. I'm talking about like somebody that's actually like filling their car with gas and also
No,
just
there's
puffing on a
this
fatty.
chick next to my store. Her name is Cassandra. She dips her cigarette in gasoline and then smokes it.
Does
It's fucking
Cassandra,
crazy.
does Cassandra look like she's a calm, cool-hearted person that if it catches fire, she would know what to do?
No, she puts it in her asshole and catches it on fire. It's crazy, dude. Do not underestimate Cassandra.
Yeah. Well,
No,
then,
but I do
that's-
agree. Like,
you
it's
guys down in
psychotic.
Columbus are crazy.
I don't trust Mythbusters or Cassandra.
I don't trust science. Screw it.
Hey, did you see this Forever Jenny shit on
No.
Facebook? Forever
that?
Jenny was a fake Forrest Gump sequel. No one saw this. It made the rounds on
Yeah.
Facebook.
I never saw it.
So it was a video cut with some clips from Tom Hanks, and majority of it was from Forrest Gump. It said sequel to Forrest Gump, Forever Jenny, and it made the rounds on it made the rounds on
Forever,
Facebook.
Jenny.
Like it had a lot of people sharing it. I feel like if you shared that video, you should have your right to vote just removed.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sure I've seen Forever Jenny, but this is happening all the fucking time. Like the Lion King, it's like sneaked the leaked footage of the Lion King. Bitch, YouTube's gonna have it first. Tyler Perry isn't gonna give you free money for sharing his status. Wake up, America! This
Bill
is fake
Gates
news.
is not gonna give you a
Quit smoking while you're
fucking
pumping
$1 million
gas.
for sharing this post.
Yeah. Black and milds do give you cancer. They're not mild.
You don't think you're smoking, but you are.
This should span to everything.
are.
You should not. You should have your right to vote relinquished for sharing dumb ass shit. That should be how the government runs. And in 2018, with how prevalent
Yeah,
social
you sign up
media
to
is,
vote. Like, what kind of dumb
like,
shit you
how much
sign-
is
you
like
send
the
on
shit that like
YouTube?
our parents share on Facebook? Like, how much is that? Like, it's fucking stupid shit,
So,
right?
it's crazy. It's crazy. I want this to be our last conversation because I'm on the tail end here, but
Woo.
I agree with what you're saying, and the people that were running the country before we showed up are brain dead now. Like they don't know what's going on at all. Like we are in the goddamn driver's seat 100%. Technology just tipped everybody off their ship. I see it every day. The people come in and they're like, I forgot my password. You forgot the most vital password of all, your Google password?
Yeah, everybody has the same
So
password.
you
for
forgot
everything.
your drive, you forgot your photos, you forgot your docs, you forgot your whole life, buddy.
Why didn't
You're
you write
missing
that
out.
down? It tells you
It's
to write it down
crazy.
somewhere, right?
Write it down, Cheryl. Fuck.
You goddamn dog cunt.
And don't put on two-step verification if you're not ready for 2 steps.
Nah.
You ain't ready, baby.
Quit smoking while you're pumping gas.
Sweet Christ, quit smoking. Mythbusters
I
proved
swear I've never seen that, but I'm blown away.
Corey and I were cruising one day, and we saw
What,
some
people
fucking
smoking?
dude just leaning outside of his car. And it was like passenger seat of the car, but he's just walking around smoking a cigarette while his buddy's pumping gas. I just feel like that cannot be safe.
Where was that
I'm
at,
pretty sure
Teddy?
it was like one time you and I were cruising in Columbus. By like the guy, I swear it might
No
be just
shit.
one guy at the gas station by my house, but this one guy.
Does he have a
I don't
mullet?
know, but I just feel like he's
I imagine him
really
shirtless,
passionate
though,
about
for real.
fucking.
It takes dedication to have a mullet in
He's
2018.
really passionate about smoking cigarettes while he pumps gas.
Takes
He's
a
like,
lot of
well, I got
pride.
time to smoke. You know, I got these 2-3 minutes while this fills up. Might as well.
Might as well. Also, it doesn't take that long. Like, hold your horses there. He's the same guy that bought the last Slim Jim at the gas station.
And nicotine
so
addiction.
if you see a guy eating a Slim Jim, smoking a cigarette, there's a good chance if you go to buy a Slim Jim, he's not going to be there.
Ah.
And with that, I say goodbye for now to you, my friend. Thank you, James, for hanging out again tonight, my brother.
Not a problem.
I love me some James on this podcast. He's always got the science, the sweet, sexy science. And
Hey, you
he
guys' tracer
is-
thing was right on last time, so.
Yeah, he did correctly say what the tracers were. What did you say that was, real quick?
What? Oh, they're every 5th round, and then at the end of a magazine, they're like every 2nd or 3rd. To let
But
you know
does it
you're
look
getting
like a
low.
laser beam in
You
real
think-
life?
Yeah, it
does
does.
it look
does.
like Star
you
Wars?
can see
Really?
him. You can see him in the, in daylight with the naked eye. You can see him. They would look like a laser kind of.
Daylight.
No shit.
But you gotta think every tracer you see, there's 3 rounds in between it.
Oh, okay, so that's the whole point of it.
Yeah,
You're
just,
watching out
you
for
can
those
aim
previous 3
with
rounds.
by shooting rather than having to aim down sights.
Oh, cool.
Well,
okay.
that's why I understand. Yeah, But
That-
I
that is
didn't
pretty
know
cool.
if it was that. I knew if it was portrayed correctly and furry as it was in real life. But
Yeah, I mean maybe it
Uh,
might
watch-
have been exaggerated a little bit, but yeah, you could see him naked eye in the daylight.
If you get a chance, James, watch Fury. I'd like you to.
I've seen her. I
chime
like
in.
that movie.
Really?
Yep,
Cool.
that's how a war movie should be, not like that other crap one we
oh,
talked about.
I'd say watch
Not like that dung
watch
fart.
Dunkirk in a new light. How about that?
Dumbkirk, you mean? No,
More like dumb squirt.
Dunk-
Am I right?
you're right. You're
Dunkirk,
right.
Ohio?
What mindset, dude? You want me to go to fucking history, 6th grade, dude?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I
would say
think there's
watch it with
potential.
try to adapt the perspective of the people that lived through it.
I'll watch it with a closed heart.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's
An
it. That's
open
it.
mind. All right, don't watch Downsizing, but if you do
that
want
does
to
suck.
help this every episode review we're working on, do watch Downsizing and write in about downsizing because that's what we do now. So, thank you for tuning into the podcast. I would say this is the most drunk I've gotten on the show, and I do work tomorrow, so wish me luck.
Oh,
I love you
rip.
guys so much, and share our shit.
Give us a rating on
Yeah,
iTunes.
yeah. And if you think if your review of Downsize was positive, you're wrong. So just know that.
Vera.
Fuck your couch.
Bye.
My straw reaches across the room and starts to drink your milkshake. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.